the one thing I'll say, and this might sound really weird because I'm talking about Sue Storm, but the texture-wise, the figure feels like really satisfying to hold.
You're like talking about the texture of the costumes, correct?
Yes.
Welcome, everyone, to the DisplayShelf podcast. I am Garrett. I'm joined today by Isaac.
Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us.
And Jacob is here with us.
Good evening, gentlemen. It's great to be here.
Gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
You know, I'm doing fantastic.
Oh my.
Yeah, and I'm doing super, I would say. You know, super and fantastic. Those are some important words.
Yeah, because in this podcast, we are going to talk about Superman and Fantastic Four, because we've seen both of those movies. And
we got thoughts.
We got thoughts.
Lots of thoughts.
Before we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about San Diego Comic-Con, and even before that, we're going to talk a little bit about what we've found over the past couple of weeks to add to our collection. But first, got to bring the tone down a little bit. We had two, I think we can consider them both cultural icons that passed away this past week. The first being Ozzy Osbourne, the second being Hulk Hogan. So I will say things, and then I will pivot to you guys to say things. In both cases, they're names that when you talk about their respective businesses, whether it be professional wrestling or heavy metal, those are the first names that come to mind for most people. They paved the way for their respective industries, and yeah, there would be no heavy metal without Ozzy Osbourne, and arguably there would be no professional wrestling, at least in the mainstream form that it is now, without Hulk Hogan. Now, there's a lot of baggage that comes with Hulk Hogan, and we're not going to bring that up on this podcast because it seems in moderate bad taste, but, you know, it is important to recognize, at least in my opinion, that I don't think professional wrestling would be where it's at today, to the point that there are people who have podcasts about wrestling and whatever without Hulk Hogan. So, there you go. Anybody else have anything they want to say about any of those?
I guess I'd say I've never, I shouldn't say never, but I'm not someone who would really listen to a ton of Ozzy regularly, but you know, it's a sad time to have him pass. And like you said, he's a legend when it comes to the music industry, and really pushed heavy metal forward to where it is today. And it's a sad loss for sure.
Not only that, but he was one of the ones that really, I'll use the phrase, shaped the rock star image. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So,
even to the point that, you know, he had reality TV shows. He was everywhere. You know, he was Ozzy. What makes the Ozzy situation really heartbreaking to me is that only a couple weeks ago was that last performance. And watching clips from that, especially now, is sad. You know, it was really cool. He still got it, even though he couldn't walk, you know, but yeah. So, makes the whole thing just a little bit more bittersweet, you know? Not bittersweet, that's not the word that I'm looking for, but like, a little bit more shocking.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool that he was able to do that and, get that final goodbye with the fans and everything like that. And it was kind of just like it was one of those things where, he could finally rest easy because he was able to do that.
Rock until the very end.
Indeed. Like only Ozzy could.
Indeed. Well, Jacob, you got anything for us?
I think it puts into perspective how abrupt and how quick these things can happen just out of nowhere and you never expect it, and kind of puts into perspective like trying to make the most out of your time. And I think too that I think the fact that he was able to do that about 2 weeks before he passed away, I think that was I think that is kind of like something that I'm glad he was able to do because of the fact that it's like he's putting it to rest kind of like in that moment as well. Like he was able to put his career to rest and just be able to go happily, which I think was a pretty cool thing for him. And I haven't really had the pleasure to listen to much of his music. I know some things, and you hear every once in a while on the radio, and it's kind of like hits different now. I wish I would have known more about him during his time around, but yeah, I think it's a big loss, and I think the character of Hulk Hogan is a big loss too. I know there's a lot of stuff going on there, but I think the character was a big part of wrestling, and even though I wasn't in that era of wrestling enjoyment, I think it kind of shaped a lot of people's fandom in wrestling for sure.
Definitely. I mean, on Hulk Hogan, he was the only person in the industry to be in the professional wrestling industry, to be not the heavy metal industry, to be at the forefront of two different, or to be the figurehead of two different high points in wrestling. The first being late 80s, early 90s Hulkamania. He is the main character of the WWF at that point. To 1996? Hang on.
Jamie, pull it up.
Yes, 1996. When he turned heel as part of the NWO and WCW, which pretty much put gasoline on the fire that was the Monday Night War and let guys like Steve Austin and The Rock show up in the WWF. So, yeah, I don't know what professional wrestling would look like without Hulk Hogan. So there you go.
Rest in peace to two legends of their industry.
Indeed. But enough with that kind of brought the tone of the podcast down, and we'll try and bring it back up. Isaac, what have you added to your collection since the last podcast? We'll start there.
We're starting with the big guns, all right, because I have a pretty solid amount of stuff. So
you do. I'm aware of some.
Yes, I do. Yeah, you were with me when I bought the majority of it, so.
Right, yeah.
We'll do the old funny audio podcast gimmick where, how you guys doing?
We're
on video. On video on the audio podcast. So the first thing I'll talk about, I don't actually have up here with me because I left it on my setup downstairs. But Donkey Kong Bonanza came out for the Switch 2, which get into that a little bit more in a bit. But I got the game, obviously. And then I also bought the Donkey Kong and Pauline amiibo, which is cool. I guess I kind of rage bought it, we'll call it that, because in the last episode, I had called my shot. I said my next target is the Ultimate Alexa Bliss that the local toy store had. I went to the toy store. They didn't have her. So I was like, dang, I still want to spend some money. I'm going to buy this amiibo even though I don't collect amiibos. And so there you go. That's how that turned out.
I still want to spend some money.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we've all been there. We've all been there.
It's like, I came to this mall with one mission to spend this money. I'm going to spend it. So with that being said, hopefully I'm able to find that Ultimate Edition at some point, but it will not be in the near future, unfortunately.
Yeah.
However, that is only the start of what I have to show for today. First thing I have here, well, not the first thing, but the next thing, we'll call it. I haven't actually opened them up yet, but there's these like fan drop things that we found at the Target that are like little dioramas of scenes, and they've got like a little scene marker and some sort of artifact or something like that. So I got the Ahsoka and Maul from Clone Wars Season 7, that fight, which looks sick. Cool. And then I also have Cap with Mjolnir and the Broken Shield versus Thanos from Endgame, which is kind of awesome.
That is.
So I'm curious to see what these are all about once I actually get around to opening them. Haven't opened them yet because I've had some busy days the past few days, and that's how that goes. What else did I get? I forgot I even had this stuff until I saw the bag. So, pull them out here. We got Cody Rhodes, the Funko Pop from the Hell in a Cell match versus Seth Rollins, where he's got the bruised pec muscle and the sledgehammer. Our local toy store had that, and I've been looking for it for a while, so I figured, you know what, $20, a little more than your average MSRP for a pop figure, but gotta get it. It's Cody. It's Cody. We have Bag ASMR. That's what we have. The first 3 volumes of Oshinoko, the manga series. I've watched the anime. It's fantastic. So I bought the manga. Naturally, as you do.
As you do.
All right, and we're going to get on to a theme here. So we have 3 more pop figures, all from Fantastic Four First Steps. Got Mr. Fantastic, and these are not the ones in the spacesuits. By the way, they're different, and I'm actually really annoyed that they're different because I don't want to have to collect two separate things. So backstory on that: I found these 3, because I didn't get all 4 of them because the Walmart didn't have all 4, which I was a little upset about. So I bought 3 of them and was like, all right, well, I'll find the 4th one at some point. We go to the Target a couple days later. They have them all in the spacesuits. And I'm just like, really? Two different sets of the same character from the same movie? That's annoying.
I mean, that's how it goes, man.
That's how it goes. So now I have to find the other one, which I realized now I only showed off Mr. Fantastic. So yeah, we got Mr. Fantastic. We got The Thing, which is pretty cool. Here's the Thing.
Here it is.
There it is.
And we have Invisible Woman with Will Franklin down there.
Whee.
So that's pretty cool. And so I mentioned we are on theme at this point moving forward. So I've found every single Marvel Legends from First Steps. We talked about them on an episode couple episodes ago, maybe.
Couple, yeah.
I don't remember exactly which one. So go ahead and listen to them all to find out.
Based.
So we have, starting off here, this one's a little bit janky, so I'm going to be kind of... Oh, well, there she goes. Okay.
Keep going. I need to run and grab a couple of my picks that I forgot are in a closet somewhere. Hang on.
Gotcha. So we have the Silver Surfer, a.k.a. Shala Ball. This is her off of the surfboard for Mr. Jacob, who's looking at my camera here. Because
not part of the body.
The surfboard is, in fact, not part of the body. But it does come with the surfboard, which is, like, as big as a Marvel Legends box. I'm not kidding.
That thing looks sharp as hell. Sheesh.
Like, I just held it up next to the box for... Granted, it was Mr. Fantastic, but they're all the same size box. And it's... Yeah, the surfboard is as big as the box is. She doesn't stay on it very well, which is kind of annoying, but once you get it, it looks pretty sick. I sent you guys a photo, and maybe I'll post it as well as part of our collection update on the Instagram and maybe the Twitter. But it does also come with like a little trail of something. Some sort of like molten lava thing from the movie. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's cool.
Then next up we have... We'll start with my favorite of the Fantastic Four, my favorite character, that is, Sue Storm, Invisible Woman. She's pretty cool because she comes with a little, like, circle of light energy that's
Force
like
field?
catching bullets and stuff. That's the one. Yes, thank you. This figure's pretty solid. My main complaint is that she's very difficult to keep her standing.
Yeah.
But that could just be, it's like a weight imbalance thing. I think she just doesn't like to stand very well, and her feet are not very big, so they don't. You got to be very, cautious with it.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll say, and this might sound really weird because I'm talking about Sue Storm, but the texture-wise, the figure feels like really satisfying to hold.
You're like talking about the texture of the costumes, correct?
Yes, the texture,
okay,
the actual feel of the figure, like the material, not the... Get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah.
Straight to jail.
Oh, man.
Anyways, next up, we've got Human Torch.
Does he have the texture as well?
Yes, but frankly, it is not as satisfying as it is on Invisible Woman, which is really weird.
I wonder why.
Really, really weird. But no, he's pretty cool. He's kind of like, what's the word? Translucent. So like you can kind of see.
Yeah, translucent.
Some light through him. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I really wish he had some sort of like, like the clear plastic things that you can put into their back so that it looks like they're like floating and whatnot. Like a stand, yeah. I really wish he had one of those because I actually put him in a really cool like flying pose the other day.
Yeah.
But obviously I can't like stand him up.
I've seen people use the flame stand from the Marvel Legends Phoenix. Which I now going to look up.
Flame on.
Because it is
Flame on, yeah.
The one from Phoenix is pretty cool. Yeah, this guy right here.
Okay, yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's designed to hold the bird, but
Bird. Well, yeah, but it works. He's pretty cool. It is so it's the Human Torch version and not the Johnny Storm version where it's just Joseph Quinn standing there. with a little bit of fire in his hands. It's the full Phoenix, or not Phoenix. Now you got Phoenix in my head. The full like flame on version of him. And I figured, if I'm gonna get one of them, because I didn't really want to spend $25 to get the other version, it just felt silly.
Right.
So yeah, there's that one. Now here's the thing. This is in fact the thing figure.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, it's a big beefy figure, which is awesome.
So where does he stand height wise? Like next to, I don't know if you've talked about Reed yet, because I know you've got Reed, but.
I do have Reed. Yeah, I haven't talked about him yet, but I can.
Because they were eye level
roughly
in the movie. He's a little taller.
Yeah, so
that's interesting.
It's a little bit taller, but not a crazy amount. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the thing's pretty cool. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about the thing. Also, another good textured figure, by the way.
Oh,
I'll just say that.
Lots of rocks.
And then, of course, lots of rocks. We did make mention of Mr. Fantastic. And he might be my favorite of the figures. It's between him and Silver Surfer. Just because of the way they did the stretchy arms and whatnot. So
yeah, did the stretchy arms work well for it?
They do, yeah. It's almost like they put like a little like bendable wire inside, so you can just like turn it and stretch it however you want.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. So
it is.
I would say either Reed or Silver Surfer are the best value for money. Just because that surfboard and the whole stand, like it's a huge figure when you get it all put together.
Right.
And then of course Reed's got the regular arms and the stretchy arms, and you can do a lot more with the stretchy arms than you can do with something that's on a joint. So yeah, I think that covers it for my collection check-in. Don't think there's anything else that I got.
There you go.
So yeah.
Good stuff. Jacob, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. It'll be relatively quick. I did get a few things. I have been pressured into joining, not pressured, but willingly pressured, I should say, into the Marvel Legends scene, and got my Invis woman from the Target. I'm like, I got to get something. I mean, I got to. So I had that on my shelf right now. It's still in box. I haven't set it up yet, but I will do that.
Sorry.
I am now one of the team.
Way.
And it's a good figure. You're right. It's a good figure. I haven't, it's still in box, so I haven't tried setting it up yet, but I should do that. And
you haven't tried the texture yet?
No, I'm not sure if the texture feels good or not. I have to double check that.
Oh.
So yeah. And there is actually one thing that, I mean, it's very minor, but we all got, we got a packet of Star Wars trading card game.
Oh, we did.
That's true. I forgot about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, so did I.
So it has it's very minor, but we each got one of those. 16 cards in there. We got some cool stuff. I think. I got there's like one guaranteed holographic in there and some cool cards. I got like a mall card which I liked, and we got to figure out how to play the game because I want to get some more packs of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that Pokemon cards are so unavailable, we got to find another trading card game to whale on.
Exactly. That we actually found at a store. That means it's very common at that point compared to Pokemon.
No kidding.
And then I also got Bonanza, and I played that a bit today. It is pretty fun. I gotta say, I like it a lot.
Every time somebody refers to it as Bonanza without the Donkey Kong preference or pretense. Sure.
Prefix, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Suffix.
I always think of the old cowboy show, Bonanza, where it just starts off with the Western music and then goes Bonanza, and then that's it. That's the whole intro.
Bonanza.
It might be. Bonanza.
Anyway.
Banana.
Banana.
Banana. All right.
Oh, banana.
That's what it sounds like when you collect a banana in that game, by the way. He just goes,
Oh, is it
banana.
actually?
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
great. That's wonderful.
Oh,
all right.
banana.
That brings it to me, right?
Yeah, that was it for me.
All right. I'm going to do the gimmick for part of the show here.
Whoa.
But for the first part of the show,
I'm shocked.
the big part of the show, if I can get the camera to turn on, need to angle the camera downward. Come on. Come on, buddy. Never mind, I'm just going to blur my background. It'll be fine. For the first part of the show, though, I did pop some images in Discord for you guys. So,
all right, let's check it out.
The biggest acquisition this week was the WWE Ultimate from Mattel, the WCW Monday Nitro ring. There was a deal on Hasbro Creation, and I took it. It might still be there. It might not. I don't know. But I got that ring for $80, and it is pretty good size. I also picked up in the first image with the 4 guys in it, not the guys all in black. This is the Tales of the Territories 4-pack from left to right on the pictures, and we'll get these posted to Instagram eventually, is Superstar Billy Graham, complete with the original ... WWF Championship with the eagle on it, the one that Cody was recently holding, and by recently I mean like a year ago maybe. Harley Race with the NWA World's Champion, and then Muhammad Ali, complete with soft goods suit, and then Gorilla Monsoon. Very cool set. They're probably going to stand like that on the shelf, exactly the way that they're posed in that picture. In the next picture, from left to right, I did find the NWO 3-pack at Walmart on clearance, which came with Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Hulk Hogan. Somewhat serendipitous timing. And then the Eric Bischoff figure, which is the second one to the left there in the blue jeans, came with the ring. So very cool stuff there.
Cool indeed.
I did pick up the new Ultimate Edition Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. And it is a serious upgrade from the last one that I had, so I'm pretty happy with that one. Comes with that undisputed WWE title, and it looks really nice.
Yes, it does.
Also picked up the Target exclusive ? Ultimates Shawn Michaels with the D-Generation X gear. It looks good. Yeah. What else do I got here? I think I still have my camera on, right? Maybe. No. Way.
Yay.
It's on now. I also, at the Target, picked up Marvel Legends Jean Grey retro card. Super cool, especially off the card. I really hope that this is the female base body that they stick with the butterfly joints and stuff like that. We'll see how it goes. What's after that? I have a problem, is what I'm slowly discovering. At the GameStop, I picked up the Star Wars Black Series Game & Greats Darth Malak from Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh,
nice.
It's older, but it still checks out. Yeah, finally, from our local toy store, I picked these up. If you go back and listen to episode 2 of the podcast, boys, get the bingo cards out.
Bingo card.
Ding, 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 ding.
You'll know that I love the Arkham series of games, the Batman Arkham games. So when our local toy store had an entire line of Arkham Knight figures. I picked up Robin, who looks really cool. And, of course, the man himself. It's being caught by the blur. Batman, who I will get a better picture of for you guys later. Very cool.
Sweet.
I'm happy. So there you go. And that is the end of my collection check-in. Anybody... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if that's the end of the collection check-in, make sure you head over to our Instagram, where we should have images up of everything we've just talked about.
Indeed. Should be.
That would be at DisplayShelf Podcast over on the Instagram.
Indeed. That brings us to our first big topic of discussion here today, which is, boys, San Diego Comic-Con has come and gone.
Well, do we want to skip over the what have we been watching?
I forgot about that.
Whatnot?
Anybody been watching anything cool this week? Other than the movies that we're going to talk about?
Yeah, I was going to say that those are the two big ones, obviously. That's why we're dedicating an entire segment of the podcast to talking about them. Stick around for that. But other than that, I've just been continuing to watch this season's anime that's coming out. Kaiju number 8 did finally start last weekend as of recording, so there's 2 episodes out right now. Good stuff. They basically ripped Godzilla for one of their episodes, which was awesome. As a big Godzilla fan. The other thing, there's a show or a series of a show that's, titled Rascal Does Not Dream. And then there's different titles for different, seasons and movies and whatnot. It's airing a new season right now. And I realized that I missed 2 movies because they weren't released in the US on streaming anyways. I'm pretty sure. So I missed those 2. So I'm just going back and rewatching the first season of the show, and then 3 movies, and then I'll watch the second season because I'm really excited for it, and it seems like it's pretty good, but missing some stuff there. So I've been rewatching that, which has been fantastic. Then of course, playing Donkey Kong Bonanza has been fun. I know a lot of people are heralding it as, a masterpiece, 10 out of 10, like game of the year. I'm not quite there. It's a very fun game, and I've been enjoying my time with it, but I don't know if I can, and maybe it's just, a me thing where that's not really my style of game right now, but I highly doubt it'll be in my game of the year discussion come the end of the year. Which might be a hot take, but...
Yeah, from what I've heard, that might be a hot take, yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad game or anything. It's definitely objectively a good game.
Would you say it's aggressively fine?
No, I'd say it's better than aggressively fine. It's been a very fun experience, just not like a game of the year worthy experience, we'll put it that way. But that's just me. Me and my little hot takes.
Jacob, you want to go next? We'll maintain order.
Yeah, I don't really. This was not a TV weekend for me, or TV weeks for me. I don't know why. Just kind of wasn't. But there's. I've been playing a little bit of Bonanza. I've been playing a bit of I've been trying to find some other Steam games to get into. I've kind of been I haven't really spent as much time as I normally do playing games or watching stuff. I'm trying to do lots of walking. I don't know why. I just want to get into that a lot more.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it feels great to do. It feels so nice. But I do want to start the next season of Squid Game. I will do that, I'm sure. I think I'm going to officially start the Stranger Things before 5 because I want to be caught up for it when it comes back around.
Ooh, good call.
Yeah, because right now, let's look it up here. Stranger Things. Do we have a release date? Oh, November 26th.
We do, yeah. So it's not to tangent off of it too much, but the way they're releasing it is really interesting. So I believe they're releasing one like Thanksgiving weekend-ish they're releasing it in bunches of episodes. So they'll release one bunch around Thanksgiving, one bunch around Christmas, and one bunch around New Year's. I might be wrong on that, but that's relatively how they're going to do it. And so I can kind of forgive them having like a 4-year gap between releasing 4 and 5, seasons 4 and 5, because each episode, there's 8 episodes. Each one is averaging at least 2 hours.
Moses.
Per episode. So they've essentially made 8 movies in the past 3 to 4 years. So it's like, I understand now why there was such a big gap.
They've taken the Sherlock approach, huh?
They have, yeah.
I don't know. It might. I think yeah. Also, that's crazy. It started 2016. That's almost 10 years ago. Man.
Yeah. And we've gotten 4 seasons of television thus far.
Good Lord.
So it was 2016, season 2 2017, season 3 2019, season 4 2022, and oh my gosh, what a big gap between these. But not necessarily a complaint, but I think it. I mean, the first 2 seasons hit pretty hard. Like I remember being addicted to that, so I do have to see 3 and 4 at least. I think I will watch for the first 2 because they're not that long. Is it 8 episodes? 9, 8, 9?
I think about 8 episodes, 9 episodes, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, I'm gonna have to get back into that. And then, is there anything coming out soon that's interesting to try? I don't know. I'm curious about that. Is there anything on a streaming service that's coming out?
I don't know. What was that?
Oh, that's me whistling.
Oh, okay.
I do now. Did you guys see Freaky Friday back in the day?
Yeah,
I did not.
Yeah, the Lindsay Lohan one.
Yes, Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. I think I'm going to see Freakier Friday.
Oh,
I'm curious how that's going to go.
Should be interesting. I mean, good to see Lindsay Lohan getting, kind of back out there with the acting and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, and the fact that she's back on a Disney movie is kind of cool.
Exactly.
Like, for her. Also, I think Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't age.
No.
She's immortal.
Indeed.
But yeah, that's kind of what's coming up for me. I'm excited to see I'm excited to try back Stranger Things again.
There you go. So I got bored. And so first of all, after Superman, I did go back and watch Peacemaker season 1. It is a fun time.
I need to watch that too.
Definitely a good time. If you're looking for something to watch that's a little bit more funny, but also has that, it's kind of like how Guardians of the Galaxy is with James Gunn. It's got a lot of heart, but then it's still funny and kind of brutal and all this other stuff, So yeah, Peacemaker, and I started going back through my Arrowverse rewatch. I kind of stopped it there for a bit because I started being like, boy, I'm not in the mood for the soap opera-esque stuff of The Flash, and then was like, well, but I guess I can go and watch season 5 of Arrow, and now I'm like back into the whole thing, and it's like, okay, great. Other than that, I am currently reading Batman Under the Red Hood. It's good stuff. Kind of know how it ends. But it's a good story, so, why not?
Good. That's nice to... Is that something you got at one of the bookstores? Or?
Yes, that is something that I picked up when we went to SmackDown, which you can hear about in the last episode.
Yep. 2 episodes ago.
Two episodes ago.
It's been that long since we went.
Wow, I know.
Yeah. Which, speaking of which, at this time this episode will have come out, I'm going to Raw tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
That's accurate.
The Raw in Detroit, Michigan. The Raw before SummerSlam, so I'm envisioning a banger based on what we know is happening, so
thank you, Pierce.
I'll update you next episode.
There you go. Which next episode we're probably going to talk about SummerSlam, right?
That will be the SummerSlam special.
Wait, that would be fun. So
what's
if
the
you
date?
don't like
What's the
to
date
hear
for
us
that?
talk about wrestling, maybe don't tune in for that one.
Or do and, suffer through it.
Suffer.
Yeah. I mean, that episode should drop on the 15th. Should be pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty fancy.
Indeed. All right. Well, that brings us to part of the reason that we've come here today, which is to talk about San Diego Comic-Con. This time, I think I'm right on that, right? We're good now?
Yes, I believe we're good. I don't think there's any other topics we're looking to cover yet.
We've covered our bases, and now we're getting to the real meat and potatoes.
Oh, you know what? Actually, not to derail us again.
I just wrote down the timestamp.
So just before, in our last episode, actually, I meant to mention this in our, what have we been watching / listening / that segment. But I totally forgot about it. And evidently I almost forgot about it again. But I listened to so Nikki and Brie Bella have a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And they did one with Alexa Bliss. Heard that one. Yeah, so I listened to that one, and I won't talk in detail about the entire podcast, but there is a little snippet that's really interesting to listen to if you've got the time. She talks about her experience with returning at the Rumble and how it was like such a last minute thing.
Yeah, I do remember hearing about that. Yeah. It's
such a cool, like, behind the scenes look, because she got a call at like 3 a.m. It was like, hey, we need you in Indianapolis by this evening.
That sounds terrible.
Let's go. And so she got on a plane, flew into Cincinnati, and drove into Indianapolis, and only, like, obviously she knew, and Triple H and those guys knew, but
right.
From talent-wise, only Bayley and Natalya knew, because they had the spot with her when she came in.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So everybody else didn't know, apparently. So if you have the time, go listen to that, like, 10-minute snippet from that podcast, because it was really cool. Now we may continue with San Diego Comic-Con. Third time's the charm.
I will say, though, in retrospect, if I got a call at 3 a.m. that they wanted me in WrestleMania, I would be stoked.
Yeah. That's true.
At least me personally.
Hey, we get the Rumble.
You're in WrestleMania.
Yeah, you paying for the plane ticket, though, right?
Because now we got injured again.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Speed. In the Rumble.
Speed. You're in the Rumble.
Yeah.
What you mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, man. All right. So, yeah. San Diego Comic-Con, I can finally put down my timestamp.
Well, actually, no. Please
Oh,
go
no,
ahead.
wait.
One thing is...
One more thing. Actually, I have been listening to The Godfather on audiobook. It is good. All right. San Diego Comic-Con. Do you guys care about the order that I go in here? Anybody? Well, okay, first of all, has anybody seen anything cool at Comic-Con that they wish to bring up to the group? Trailer-wise, comic-wise, announcement-wise?
I think just because from what we were looking at pre-podcast, it didn't appear in any of the things that we were going to be looking at. So Ringside revealed, actually I missed that one too, because I'm scrolling through their Instagram right now.
Oh, I missed Ringside Collectibles when we did this. Yeah. Please continue.
So the big standouts for me, there's a battle pack with Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio, and Liv's got, I think it's one of the championships. I think it's the tag team, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
I have their Instagram up.
Cool. Yeah.
We can kind of go
and
through
the
reverse
the face sculpt on those basic figures in the battle pack for Liv is better than the one that's on the Elite, which is
gosh, it is. Look at that.
It's so much better. Yeah. It's the Women's World Championship is what it is.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's so much better too. Like, it's not even like this is slightly better. No, that one actually looks like Liv.
Right.
But staying on topic with her, they also revealed a head sculpt for an Ultimate Edition Liv, which is exciting.
Did they now?
They did, yeah.
Where's that?
It's somewhere on there.
It's got to be here somewhere. These Monday Night Wars figures look pretty cool. Who's this? Rick Steiner. These are all elites.
But they're also revealing figures from Survivor Series.
Ooh.
So there's an Io Sky Elite with the trash can.
I did see the one with the trash can.
Which is great.
It's great.
I will be buying that.
Yeah. Heel John Cena is getting an Ultimate Edition figure. The head sculpts for this look great. There for a second, I thought that this was the gear that he had in Grand Rapids, but it was not, so that's fine. I hope they do that one day, but they won't.
We will be buying if that happens.
Dead serious. I will be pre-ordering it. I don't pre-order a whole lot. Yeah, that head sculpt on Liv looks so much better on the basic than it did in the
Why does that
Elite.
That Dom one look kind of sketch? I won't lie.
They're the basic figures, so they're not supposed to be like amazing.
This whole set is probably $20.
That's fair.
What else we got here? Ultimates Bray Wyatt.
Ooh,
that'll be cool.
Absolute unit.
Ultimates Hacksaw Jim Duggan. This one I'm gonna need. And then, missed one. And then RVD as well. He's actually a Legends Elite. What else here? Is that
Early
Stardust
prototype.
as Mr. Sinister? That's cool. Which one were you talking about?
Stephanie Vaquer Elite.
Yes, they did show off the prototypes, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah, they did. El Grande Americano is getting an Elite, which I am excited about. I will probably buy that.
Yeah, that gift at the bottom is my reaction.
And then looks like head sculpts for an Elite Liv Morgan here. Which
is it Elite or is it Ultimate? No, it is Elite.
It does.
I swear that said Ultimate before, but maybe I'm crazy.
It does look so much better than the last one. So let's just hope that they get the paint right.
Right.
The Stephanie Vaquer one looks phenomenal. They showed off Julia's here a while back, and it looks great.
I think it does look really good, yeah.
Yeah. What else we got here? Oh, all right. Last two, unless there's other ones that people want to talk about. Is this Ultimate? Oh, Chelsea Green is getting an Ultimate figure.
Be there
That's
no matter
exciting. What. Yeah, I'm buying that. That's going to be good. Is that the Saturday night's main event when she won the U.S. title?
It might be. I'm not sure.
Okay. Maybe, maybe not.
We'll go with a definite maybe.
We'll go with it. And then Rhea from Survivor Series as an Ultimate Edition. Are there no butterfly joints on there? If there's no butterfly joints on there, then genuinely, what is the difference between this and doing an Elite figure? All's I'm going to say.
That is the question.
All's I'm going to say.
Will it blend? That is the question.
Will it blend?
Last two that I'm going to talk about, unless anybody else has anything from wrestling anyway. About the second that I buy the Nitro ring, they announced the SmackDown ring, complete with an Ultimate Edition Jacob Fatu. And I really need to resist the urge to buy this because I don't have room for another ring.
It is Fatu.
It is Jacob Fatu.
It is Jacob Fatu.
It do be. Name. It do be. Great name, great name. And finally, the best reveal of the WWE over the weekend. I guess this Shawn Michaels from the 90s is pretty cool too, but you know, I got one already. Is of course the Ultimate Edition Larry.
Let's go, Larry.
Larry.
Comments. I love the comments so much.
Yeah, the comments are wild.
Evil Larry.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to say about the Larry figure. Bundle this with the CM Punk. And I'm happy.
I think they definitely have to release it as its own.
If it's its own thing.
Own thing for full price.
I was going to say, Ultimate figures are $35. I'm not paying more than $15 for that.
No.
And that's going to be with accessories. There better be some accessories. But yeah, so Larry is getting an Ultimate Edition figure before... Let me think here. Larry is getting an Ultimate Edition figure before Ken Shamrock, Jake the Snake Roberts. Nope. Stand by on that. Jake has already gotten one. British Bulldog, maybe? Who else? Who knows? Doesn't matter. I'm just trying to make a point. That it's kind of fun.
Point is, a dog is getting an Elite before a lot, or an Ultimate before a
Penta.
lot of... Before Penta, yeah.
It's about sending a message.
Penta's getting an Elite, which looks pretty cool, but...
Oh! Miedo.
Oh, and they're doing Street Fighter tie-ins.
Street Fighter? Wait, whoa, is that a Bianca? Oh, is that a Cammy Bianca? What the heck? That's cool.
Yep, they got some interesting stuff going on there.
Ooh. Are we getting a Cody Ryu?
Is this an Ultimate Edition China? No, it's an Elite China. That's cool. Anyway, that we'll call it on wrestling there. That was very disorganized, but it worked out pretty well.
This is the Display Shelf podcast. Our shelves are very disorganized.
Don't call us organized. I'm going to start with Star Wars. That work for you guys? And then we'll move into some weirder stuff. Or some more niche stuff. So we'll start with Star Wars with their official imagery. With Black Series, we are getting a 2-pack. Oh my gosh, let me click the image. We're getting a 2-pack of Clone Wars Anakin and Phase 2 Clone Trooper Commander Rex. No, Captain Rex. Well, later Commander. Anyway. This is a repackage of the Ahsoka show Clone Wars Anakin and the Clone Phase 2 Rex. One thing that I want to point out on this that is actually going to be a theme throughout the entire Hasbro discussion is that when they released these promo pics, they photoshopped out the pegs on Rex. Rex does have pegs in the arms and legs, I believe, but they photoshopped them out.
Interesting.
And it's not going to be the only figure that we're going to talk about with that same thing. I forget if Rex was one of them, if I'm honest, but I know that there are more. This is going to be released in a 2-pack. Marked Clones of the Republic. I believe these are Disney Store exclusive sets. Disney Store and Hasbro Pulse. So.
Oh, that box is actually kind of cool, too.
Yeah.
Just the box itself is pretty cool.
Yeah, the box.
Shoot, I kind of want that.
I mean, if there's going to be one set of Clones of the Republic that you got to get, it's this one. If you don't have either one of these figures, this is a good place to start. Up next is Bounty Hunter Asajj Ventress from the Clone Wars, complete with helmet, 2 lightsabers, and yeah, a lot of cool posability there. The helmet looks really nice. I'm sure you can stick the cloak on the Mandalorian Luke on this and recreate a very particular scene from a very particular part in Season 5 of the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm. Very particular.
It would look really cool. It would look really cool.
That is cool.
So, yeah, oddly enough, and completely and entirely unrelated, Barriss Offee is shown at the Hasbro breakfast.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, which we'll see some pictures from that here in a second. Speaking of, if you're getting into collecting, here's a good gateway drug for you. There's a 2-pack of Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader recreating their Empire Strikes Back duel. That is Jango Fett. Comes complete with a little bit of a diorama set to recreate the moment where he loses his hand. And some lightsaber effects. It looks really cool. The Luke looks pretty new. Yes, the Luke looks pretty new. So that's nice.
Looks good.
It does look good. Which is good, because the original Bespin Luke, or even the 40th anniversary Bespin Luke from the Black Series, did not look as good or pose as good. And it looks like it's got similar posability, but it does look better. So we'll take that. We take the wins where we can get them. We're getting... This looks to be re-release. I don't have the toy, so I don't know. But we are getting a re-release of the Black Series Attack of the Clones Jango Fett, complete with 2 pistols, jetpack, and removable helmet. He looks pretty cool. I'm not exactly sure that that's a perfect Tamora Morrison likeness, but you can argue that we're cartoonifying it up. There we go. What else we got from Hasbro? A lot of pictures of Jango Fett. From The Acolyte. Now, The Acolyte is not a good show. It's got good concepts. I would argue that the season finale is the best. It should have been the first episode. But
yes, correct.
It did give us the Stranger, aka Chimera, who is a really cool Sith Lord, all things considered. So we're finally getting him in Black Series form, and I'm going to buy at least 2 of these for customs.
There you go.
Not only does he have the sleeves off cloak with the soft goods skirt type of thing going, he's got a non-cloth goods overcloak. There might be a bit of soft goods under there. That's weird. Comes with that. Comes with both his lightsaber and his sneaky mini lightsaber, as well as the Cortosis helmet. So, very cool stuff there. I really wonder if, like in the show, if you can pull the baby lightsaber out of the bottom of the hilt of the big lightsaber, if it does anything. It looks like it does. It might. Oh, it does. It pegs in there. Oh,
that's sick.
Yeah, I'm buying 2 of those. Yeah, Chimera. Looks good. I'm excited for that. I wish that the Acolyte was good. Especially with that.
I had high hopes for it initially.
Yeah. On to Vintage Collection, 3 3/4 inch. We've got a Chewbacca. There's Chewbacca.
Oh.
He looks pretty good.
How are you doing, Chewbacca?
Chewbacca.
And to go with Chewbacca, we got a Han Solo, and he's looking pretty good.
Punch it, Chewie.
He's looking pretty good. Who else we got here? We got us a Shock Trooper. We love the Shock Troopers.
Oh.
Yep. I'm kind of speeding through the Vintage Collection because I'm not a big Vintage Collection guy. And that takes us back to the beginning of this page. Onwards and upwards to the Hasbro breakfast. Evidently, they had breakfast with some people. So, first of all,
Death Trooper helmet?
They are putting out a Death Trooper helmet from Rogue One and or Ahsoka. Looks pretty cool. I don't buy the helmets, but looks pretty cool if you do.
I really want to collect the helmets and just make a full shelf of helmets.
Yeah.
But they're a little out of budget for making something like that.
Oh yeah, there's that. That, and I keep having the delusion that I'm going to 3D print them.
That would be cool if
it works.
It stops becoming a delusion.
Yeah, if it ever stops becoming a delusion.
Needs to be reality.
Things that they did not show off in the panel or are not up for pre-order yet. There is a 3-pack of Force Ghosts here. This is Star Wars Black Series of Ben Kenobi, Yoda, and Anakin Skywalker, and I absolutely love the addition of the Hayden Christensen Anakin head and the Sebastian Shaw. Is that the right guy? I'm 95% sure. Who played
That's a Google search.
Anakin Skywalker in Return of the Jedi? Sebastian Shaw. I was right the first time. Way. All right.
Let's go.
Super cool to see that he's getting that head sculpt. That would be how that's displayed on my shelf. But yeah, and all the head sculpts look pretty good. Ben Kenobi looks a little cartoony, but, he's a Force Ghost at that point, so everybody gets a little cartoony when they become a Force Ghost. We also, this one's cool, we get a Palpatine and Mace Windu 2-pack from Revenge of the Sith. I love the robes on Palpatine. I think Mace is probably reissue, but still looks really good. I love the swappable head and neck for Palpy and Sidious. It's really cool. I'm going to have to buy it.
Yeah, that one's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Mace is the other figure, and they hide it in these pictures. Mace is the figure that is reportedly, it has pins in the joints, and they have been photoshopped out in pictures. Allegedly. So.
Allegedly.
I don't know if they're just showing off prototypes or what, but there you go. We do get a nice in-hand look of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive or up for pre-order on the 1st. So if you want it, go get it on the 1st. The diorama set
Okay.
Yes, of Obi-Wan versus Anakin in Revenge of the Sith. It looks really good. We did also get confirmation these two will be coming in a single release soon. Like, imminently.
Cool. So if you missed it, you can still get them.
The key differences there are going to be, they're going to be limited to one head each. They're not going to have the little saber effect. They're not going to have any of the diorama, and they're probably not going to have any swappable hands. Oh, what else we got going on here? Like I say, they were showing off the upcoming waves of figures and the waves that are currently hitting shelves. In Barriss Offee, we're seeing SM33 finally hit shelves here. Ronan, the Temple Guard, Barriss Offee, all that fun stuff. A lot of these we've known about or have seen or are even on shelves right now. I mean, we've talked about Anakin and Rex and the Praetorian Guard and Moff Gideon for weeks now. So, 3 3/4 inch Bantha and Tusken Raider. That's a lot of hair.
That's a lot of hair.
I feel like you'd have to brush that.
Yeah, no way that stays clean.
No way at all. And then finally, the 3 3/4 Vintage Collection TIE Advanced, which looks pretty sick. And actually, that's not where Star Wars stops because, gentlemen, they've announced a new Star Wars HasLab.
Uh-oh.
It is for the Vintage Collection.
Oh, dear.
Isaac, have you seen this or no?
I doubt it.
Okay, it is for the Vintage Collection, so it is 3 3/4 inch scale, not Black Series. It is the Republic gunship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, it comes with a base. Look at how big it is.
Oh, it's big, too. Yeah.
Oh, it's big. Okay, that's cool.
I can just feel my wallet crying from the other corner of my room.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it comes with replaceable front panels with different art, like pinup art type of thing, like you would see on the gunships. That's cool.
That's dope.
What all figures are we getting there? Does it open? Are you going to open it? This is them putting together the display, by the way.
Ooh, it does.
It does open. Ooh, the interior of it is actually really detailed for something.
It's really clean, yeah.
Ooh, and it opens up a long way. That's good. That's good. You can actually do some posing in there. You can get some pilots in there. I'm flipping through these images like kind of quickly, but you know, in the interest of time, we're getting some Jedi.
No way, it's the GOAT.
We're getting Coleman Trebor
Trebor. Coleman Trebor highlights.
Who we were talking about the other night. And then we're getting Sacy 10, I think this guy is. And then is that Eve Koth on the end?
I believe so, yeah.
You can tell I've watched a lot of Clone Wars. Yeah.
Who hasn't?
Jacob.
True.
Which is fine. I'm not throwing
We'll get there.
Here's a better look at the Vintage Collection figures. They look good.
Shout out my man Coleman.
I am currently
Might have
looking...
to buy it just for that.
I am at... Here we go. Here is the official listing. Oh, it is $449.99. Ends in 43 days at the time of recording, which is the 27th of July. With the initial package, you are getting 2 clone pilots, both with rifles and short rifle. You are getting stands, you are getting missiles, you are getting side plates, and you are getting the replaceable art side plates. That's when 3 tiers exist. So this is what we were talking about kind of last time with the G.I. Joe HasLab. At 10,000 backers, Coleman Trapor is unlocked. At 12,000, we get CC-10. At 14,000, we get Agan Kolar. It was not Eithkoth. I apologize.
Sometimes I forget that those are 2 separate people.
Coleman unlocked. Democracy has won.
Let's go.
Right. At the time of recording, we were at 2,000 backers. This thing opened like yesterday. So I imagine this is going to fund. I imagine it's going to get the full 14,000 backers. That being said, I'm not a vintage collection guy, and I have no place to put this. Therefore, I believe I'll have to pass. Looks really cool, though.
It's really cool. And if the price range was lower on it, I would probably be there.
Yeah.
However, it is not, so therefore...
'Tis not lower. We're going to stick with Hasbro for a minute, and we're going to look at the Marvel Legends reveals. From X-Men 97, our first 2-pack, which is Cyclops and Marvel Girl, a.k.a. Jean Grey, in their old-style costumes. That
Cyclops laser, man, that thing is wild.
Yeah, they introduced that one with the X-Factor Cyclops, and I'm hoping that starts becoming a standard amongst the Cyclopses. I think most of Cyclops is just the Vulcan body, just repainted, which is fine. That's what we've got. That's what we're doing. And it looks great. It looks pretty good. I've already got a Cyclops and Jean, so I'm probably going to pass. But Jean Grey in her full Marvel Girl dress and boot and mask and all of that looks really good. Love this shot of Cyclops.
That's an incredible pose.
And I can't even believe that I didn't think of filming that with the X Factor one.
For reference, the picture is Cyclops shooting the ground with his laser, and the laser's acting as a stand. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing. Yeah, backflip.
It's either a backflip or front flip. We do also get an X-Men 97 Emma Frost, which looks pretty good and is based off of her appearance in the show.
Looks pretty chill.
Indeed. It comes with 2 heads, fists, standard female power-wielding hands. I like the look of this. This will likely be the Emma Frost on the shelf. I turned into Scott Summers there for about 5 seconds, getting Emma Frost and Jean Grey confused.
Yeah. I will have to stay frosty on that release.
Meaning you're going to get it, or you're not going to get it?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make a joke, but there's a chance I might get it. I don't know.
All right, here's a weird one. In the first episode of X-Men 97, there is a scene in which the gang is playing basketball. We get a 2-pack based off of that one scene of Gambit and Rogue.
Sure.
Yeah.
Gambit will never be balling.
It's kind of weird. It has already been discovered that, okay, first of all, a lot of comment was made about the giant gap in Gambit's mid-section.
I was going to say, that looks weird.
It does look weird. The reason why is because this entire figure, other than the head and maybe the feet, is reuse of the Hasbro starting lineup line, which is a line of NBA-based basketball players. The torso of these basketball players is normally covered up with a jersey. That is still soft plastic, I believe, and allows for the articulation. So, it was never engineered with that in mind. I don't know who's going to buy this set.
Who's buying this?
Frankly, I don't know who's buying this set. Cool if you're a completionist or want a couple of base bodies, I guess. I don't know. We are finally getting an X-Men 97 Jubilee, and I'm probably going to buy this entire X-Men 97 wave. Does come with the cup, does come with power effects, and the giant yellow rain jacket type of thing. It looks great. That's my mental image of Jubilee, so gonna have to buy this set. Gonna have to buy that one. Okay, these are in a funky order. So, in case you're not aware, Magic the Gathering is doing a Spider-Man deck here soon. And to go with the Spider-Man deck, they are releasing some Spider-Man figures that come with cards. The first of which we're going to talk about is Agent Anti-Venom. This is a rework of the Agent Venom figure with a little bit of extra stuff and all in white and black. And he comes with a card. I'm not into Magic the Gathering, so probably going to pass on that one. Flipping through images. This is great for
cool box though.
Podcast.
It comes with a card too.
It does. It is a really cool package. It does come with the card and the toy that's on the card. So super cool. That's going to be the same with this next one, which is a battle damage Spider-Man, which does look pretty cool if you're into that sort of thing. This looks to be the standard Spider-Man figure with a custom head sculpt with the hair kind of coming out. Looks kind of sick. The sleeve is torn off on the one side. There's scrapes and scratches and all sorts of stuff. And it comes with an alternate Peter Parker head. And it looks kind of cool. And it comes with the web shield that we saw with the Maximum Spider-Man. And webbing. And that is about it. Same deal as before. Comes with a card, comes with the figure, and all the accessories. We've got this guy next. It's the Wolfman. He is a Wolfman. And he comes with wolf things. And a bow and arrow. And a sword. To which I say, cool. The articulated mouth is kind of cool, though. Being able to open and close that. Does he come with 2 cards? Or is it like a hollow card? Of Man-Wolf and then John Jameson. Who knows? I don't.
It might be one of those, like,
hollow
double-sided cards.
Oh.
Because I know Magic has some of those. I'm not into Magic at all, so don't quote me on that, but it might be. Some of them have like some sort of special trait to it where it can flip, and yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Did not know that. That brings us finally to the Iron Spider, which is, you might notice, looks a little bit different to the Iron Spider that we've gotten before. This image could not be loaded. That's probably the most important one. That's because it's Mary Jane. as the Iron Spider. I don't know what context Mary Jane is the Iron Spider, but good for her.
Here we are.
Once again, comes with the 4 legs, comes with the accessories. You get thwip hands, you get fists, you get a unmasked head, you get a masked head, you get the 4 articulated additional limbs, and you get the card in the packaging. It is pretty cool. Continue with X-Men 97. From that same show, we've got Cable. Big 90s dude with big 90s guns. And those are some big guns.
Those are some big guns.
Oh, with blast effects, too. That's cool. And look, it's Casual Wolverine. And by a Casual Wolverine, I mean he's in blue jeans, he's got a belt buckle, he's wearing a flannel, and like a fleece jacket. It looks pretty cool. I might end up with that if I'm not careful. Is this the one? No, this is a singles release. Never mind. Oh, because I know what the other one is. It does also come with playing cards. Kind of cool. I like it.
Dope.
Marvel Legends Mephisto. This is sick.
That is okay. That's that throne.
That goes really hard.
Wild.
Yeah, the throne is part of the set.
Yes.
Mephisto comes with. Let me see if there's a. Love that picture. He comes with the throne, a plastic cape. Is that a soft goods cape? A soft goods scarf, 2 heads, 2 sets of hands, and a giant sword. And the throne. It's cool. I
That's
like
gonna
it.
Be pricey.
It's bound to be. I wonder how much of this stuff they've already got up for pre-order. Mephisto's there. He's $80.
Hmm?
Yep. That's about what I figured. Indeed. Quite expensive. But he does tower over the standard Marvel Legends Spider-Man, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Lots more pictures of Mephisto. X-Men 97 Morph, which I think might technically be San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. No, it's not. Never mind. I'm insane. You get Morph with his weird head. Not his weird head, like his morph head. You know, just Morph. You get a Morph as a dude head, and then you get a Trask head to go with it. It looks kind of cool. Marvel Legends.
They call it that.
Yeah, he's like a shapeshifter.
That's
and
cool.
Then we got Sunspot. He looks cool. He's doing that Street Fighter. Is that what that is? With
Like
the ball.
Hadouken?
Hadouken.
Hadouken.
He's doing that thing in the pictures. This one I'm excited about. Marvel Legends Storm. And it looks super cool.
The black and gold, that's a...
It's the black and gold combo for me. There's a lot of debate about whether or not Storm's costume should be white or black. I think it depends on the costume, and I think that this black costume looks phenomenal. This is going to be a retro carded release. It might be Target exclusive, but I don't know. Either way, I will find this figure at some point, and I'm going to be excited about it. Speaking of Wolverine, based off of the finale of X-Men 97, we do get his brown suit, as well as another Storm in a black suit as well. This is another one of those 2-packs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What else we got? We do have a role-playing Wolverine helmet, based off of the appearance in Deadpool and Wolverine. Looks kind of cool. It's got a stand. There you go. That is all of the Hasbro Marvel Legends. I'm skipping Jazzwares, although they've got some Five Nights at Freddy toys, if anybody's into that sort of thing. I like
Not my realm, but cool if you do.
I like the disassembled animatronic there. It looks kind of interesting.
The decommissioned Freddy figure. That's cool.
Exactly. AEW Jazzwares is putting out some Ric Flair figures. They look pretty all right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else there that I needed to be concerned about. Jazzwares is also doing some Pokemon. I think most of these are on shelves already, so we're going to skip that. And go to McFarlane. I do want to touch on the Fallout toys. The Fallout toys look great.
Oh, is this from the show? Ooh, it is.
These are from the games. So, games and
the
show. So, the first being the T60 Power Armor. Generic. Coming with a laser pistol, and I think it comes with some other stuff too, but I cannot remember off the top of my head. Allegedly, it's pretty posable. It looks pretty good from the pictures seen here. The NCR Ranger Trooper was a new announcement this week that I'm going to have to buy this, which sucks because it's $60.
Jeez.
I will say the amount of weapons in the package for the NCR Ranger, I'm not going to say that it justifies the price, but it makes it hurt a little less. And then we've got Lucy from the show. Looking a little cartoony, but that's okay, I think. That dog meat is kind of criminal when we're getting ready to get G.I. Joe Law and Order, though. With the German Shepherd. We do also get some Mortal Kombat Classic action here. Finally get to see these in the flesh. They're Mortal Kombat. That's about it.
That's Sub-Zero. I like that Sub-Zero.
Indeed. Tamashii Nations showed off their Mario and Luigi action figures. These look kind of cool.
I like the little. I like that stand they have with the MNL stand at the bottom.
Indeed, yeah, that's pretty cool. These are SH Figuarts. I don't know what kind of accessories that they're going to be, but in the display, we're seeing the Mario with Goombas. We're seeing the Mario with different blocks, mushrooms, gold coins, shells, and the like. We're also seeing a Bowser, complete with fireball effect.
Bowser's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's a good Bowser figure.
It is a good Bowser. SH Figuarts is made in Japan, so you're probably going to be paying import prices for this. I do not have any further information on this. You also see a Yoshi in the case, and the Yoshi looks kind of good. Luigi is not riding that Yoshi. I don't know what's going on in that picture on Toy Arc's website, but he is not fully saddled up there. I'm going to leave it at that.
He's getting bucked off the Yoshi.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it.
He's getting bucked off.
They are getting an X-Men 97. Well, okay. I don't know if this is X-Men 97. I can't see any of the branding. An SH Figuarts Cyclops based off of the Jim Lee comics, a.k.a. the X-Men 97 look. It looks kind of cool. Some weirdness going on in the crotchular area, but I've got a Cyclops I'm happy with, so I'm probably going to pass. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's a base body.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, maybe for customs. It's kind of cool. I like it when companies do that. And then SH Figuarts Superman from Superman. Allegedly $100.
What?
That's a lot of gaps in the plastic there, Hoss.
Yeah. As we discussed
$100?
a couple episodes ago, that is something that I'm very picky about. So yeah, no.
I'm weird with the gaps in the plastic thing. If it's like just a product of the engineering, I think it's fine. But if you're like in a standard pose like that is, and you're gapping up that much, we need to have a conversation.
Right. Yeah, that absolutely.
Yeah. But $100 is import price, so get it from Japan, etc. Plus, SH Figure Arts normally comes with a lot of accessories, so you're getting a lot in the box, and the cape is wired, all of that fun stuff. Jada Toys makes another reappearance. They are making a name for themselves lately with their Street Fighter line, as well as some other stuff, including... I don't know any of these characters,
Cyberpunk?
Yeah. That's Cyberpunk
Edge Runners. Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
know that this was something that we knew about, so I was kind of glossing over it.
It's
great.
Watch it.
Do they look good? The figures?
Not bad. I mean, can you go back to those pictures again, like the ones of the close up?
Yeah, hang on. This big guy.
Okay. That's
I don't know the character's name.
He's the guy that went crazy. He's the guy that goes crazy. Crazy. Yeah. And then
he's like the leader of the gang.
Okay.
Can't remember his name for the life of me.
Rebecca.
Shout out Rebecca. Rebecca's the goat.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Rebecca's knees look weird.
Yeah. One looks like it's like broken.
I know it's a toy, and these are probably like early-ish prototypes, but this guy looks kind of cool.
DMC. Yeah. That's good. That's not bad.
I like the cloth goods on these.
That's a good David. That's a good Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy.
I thought you were referring to this as David, and I was like, that's a guy. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I was just very confused. Frosty the Snowman from the holiday special. That's kind of cool. Depending on the price point of that, I might get that as a Christmas decoration. It only comes out once a year type of thing. Looks like it comes with the soft goods scarf, comes with the rabbit, whom I forget the name of, and then the hat.
I think it's rabbit.
Yeah. Everything that you would expect a Frosty the Snowman figure to come with. Fred and Barney, complete with...
it's Hocus Pocus.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes... Yep.
Yep. Fred and Barney, complete with Fruity and Cocoa Pebbles, boxes and bowls of cereal. I might get into this food mascot line, and I don't know what it's going to do to me.
Well,
because
I am a sucker for Cocoa Pebbles, so
I was just going to say, right. Listen, I love me some Cocoa Pebbles, so...
These were like some of my... This was the guilty pleasure cereal back in the day. Like, we didn't get it every week. You didn't get it every month. You maybe got it once every 6 months because it turned things colors. But it's Fruity Pebbles. It's good stuff. But yeah, between this, the Tony the Tiger figure looks excellent, and the Chester Cheetah one, I might go to our Target and see if they still have the Tony the Tiger one. Jada Toys is also doing Scooby-Doo. If anybody's into Scooby-Doo, there's a review on Robo Don't Know's channel right now of the first wave, which includes Shaggy, the Mummy, and whatever this guy is over on the side. I don't know about enough about Scooby-Doo to be dangerous, so there's Scooby, there's Shaggy. They look like they...
It's like an unmasked... I don't remember his name, but an unmasked monster.
Indeed. But Scooby and Shaggy look like they walked right off the cartoon.
They do, yeah. Those are excellent.
So good stuff there. that brings us to the end of the Jada Toys section of the show. And it brings us to Kyoto. Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know anything about it. It looks like it does on the commercials for the anime that I've seen, so there you go. More Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually don't know what some of these are.
Yeah, I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh guy, so I'm not familiar.
Yeah, so I'm flipping through pictures. There is an Attack on Titan display, but before we get into that, the Reveltech Batman Beyond, Amazing Yamaguchi Batman Beyond looks insane. It looks like if Iron Man and Batman Beyond had a child, and I love it. And if this was not import price, I would buy it. Alas, it's import price. We're getting another Deathstroke in the Amazing Yamaguchi line, and it looks cool. The big selling point on Amazing Yamaguchi, by the way, for those that are uninitiated, is the posability. It looks a little funky. They're a little disproportionate in a standard pose. But by golly, when you go to move them, they look really cool. There's a Chun-Li from Street Fighter.
Yes.
Thank you. Don't know who that is, but he looks cool.
That's awesome.
Anybody know who that is?
He's from Ninja Gaiden. It's the main character. I can't remember his name.
He's got big claws and a big sword, and his face is covered, and he's all black, and it looks really cool.
It's really cool.
There's another one. And then Arkham Knight. Look, I don't want to pay import prices, but I might buy this Arkham Knight figure because it's astounding the way that it moves. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sick looking figure, I can't even lie.
I would say the same about the Red Hood. I imagine that the Red Hood I imagine that it's all the same sculpt for no particular reason relating to the plot of the game. Yeah. Oh, there's a Batman? Oh, no. Am I buying import toys?
You might.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It's got a fully posable cape. It's got a wired cape. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, and then there's a Flash and a Reverse Flash because, when you do a Flash, you have to do a Reverse Flash because it's just painting him orange. There's also a Joker. The Joker looks weird.
It's the Joker, baby.
I mean, it is the Joker, so it's got to be somewhat weird. And there's a Harley Quinn, and it looks kind of highly stylized is the way that I'm going to word that.
Yeah, it definitely looks highly stylized.
A female Titan from Attack on Titan. Once again, the focus here with this line is the thingy. The posability.
Posability, yes.
See, we're getting a lot of that here, and it looks pretty cool.
She looks pretty sick, Titan. Yeah.
Up next is the Attack Titan.
That one
on sale now.
Phenomenal.
Indeed.
I love the crystallized fist. That's good stuff right there.
Indeed. It looks pretty cool. The Armored Titan, who is a big boy.
He is a big boy. He's beefy.
Looks pretty cool. Another look at all of these figures in a different pose. And then the Colossal Titan.
It's huge.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Bearing in mind,
as it should be, of course, but...
Well, yeah. Amazing Yamaguchi, I believe, is 6 to 7 inch scale. So Marvel Legends are also 6-inch scale, so that should give you a sense as to how big the Colossal Titan is in...
Yeah, that thing is huge.
The thing. Yeah, that's wild.
That's going to be so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm sitting here looking at the imports and I'm like, oh no, I am gonna be poor if I do this. Do we want to talk about Hiya Toys with Godzilla, or do we want to skip it?
There's a couple really cool King Ghidorah and Godzilla figures mixed in there that are pretty awesome. There's like a battle damaged Ghidorah that's pretty sweet.
Indeed.
And a few different Godzilla sculpts from the different movies.
Monster X from
there's a
Godzilla
burning
Final
Godzilla
Wars.
that's not pictured. Hello? Oh,
I think it's that one. But
Yeah,
I imagine that these are like test prints or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're not like painted up. What else does Hiya Toys have to offer? They got some Star Trek stuff. Uh-oh.
Star Trek.
Indeed, they got some Star Trek stuff. Looks kind of cool. They've got a behemoth from Godzilla King of Monsters. Some stuff. Monkey.
A lot of stuff from the Godzilla Kong New Empire movie that was not very good.
Indeed. This is probably one of the better looking Kong figures that I've seen out there, though. Of the Kong Skull Island franchise, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. He's got like the Infinity Gauntlet or whatever that is on.
Yeah, basically.
We are getting a RoboCop from Hiya Toys, and it looks interesting. Anything else of note? There's some Mega Man stuff. Walking Dead, they're doing some of. I think this is kind of it. I'm flipping through. Whatever that Godzilla there is looks kind of cool with the giant beam. Yeah, there it was.
Oh, there you go. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah Heat Ray Godzilla.
Indeed.
Cool.
So he's like powered up, articulated tail.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Cool stuff. Speaking of Godzilla, we move to SH Monster Arts to talk about monsters. Is this Ghidorah again?
No way. Yep, that's King Ghidorah.
All right, thank you. You're much more up on the kaiju than I am. There is a golden colored gold Godzilla. Great song. There's some weird. What's up with his face?
I don't know.
It looks like
a tag to see where that's from.
That looks like it's okay. Yeah, wait a second. What are we seeing here? We're on the Tamashii Nate. We're looking at toyart.com right now. We're looking at their SH Monster Arts coverage. Shin Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla. Okay, I haven't seen Shin Godzilla, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Let me see if I can get a picture of the plaque that is underneath that one. Yes, Godzilla 2016 Fourth Form Awakening version. He's got the look on his face like he's about to puke.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like do I think I'm going to puke? It's I'm imminently going to puke and I need to get it dealt with.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I need it.
We've got Gigan.
I need Gigan. That's awesome.
Angurius. Which looks kind of cool. But yeah, Gigan looked really cool.
Yeah. And that looks like that's from the 1972.
Indeed.
So it's a 1972, like the green and gold Gigan design, which is peak.
Yeah. I don't know what this is.
That's Jet Jaguar, baby.
What is that?
He is made by humans to counteract the kaiju.
Oh, interesting.
And they decided to make him look like Ultraman.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Which is cool.
You can see where Power Rangers came from.
Oh, yeah.
Is really what I'm thinking there. 1960. What did that plaque say? 1962 Godzilla. Who looks
Bro
like
wants
1962? He does, man.
Come here, you.
I imagine this is a later rendition of Godzilla.
That one looks pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Love the 1954. The look on his face. He doesn't look like he's about to puke. He just doesn't look. He looks like he doesn't know what's going on.
He's mid puke right there.
Yeah.
Speaking of mid puke, what's
right?
going on here?
Yeah, you're right.
Which film, Isaac? Which film is this? 2016 Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So evidently, Shin Godzilla has some weird eyes. That's what we're discovering here.
I need to watch Shin Godzilla because I've heard it's really, really good.
Oh, okay, good. 2014 Godzilla.
Yeah, that's the U.S.
Indeed.
reboot.
89. 54, which looks phenomenal. Godzilla. Oh, and look, Kong.
Go Godzilla.
Indeed. This Kong does not look as good as the other Kong.
No, the other one looked a lot better.
Yeah, which is weird.
I will say the Scar King with the spine is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
He's wielding a spine as a weapon.
That's wild.
Oh, that Mothra is cool.
Is that the end? Ah, that's a cool display.
It's a cool
there.
Shot, yeah.
Godzilla destroying a mock town. And that takes us back to the beginning of those, which means that we end on a personal one for me. This one's pretty much exclusively for me. NECA is doing some Rolling Stones figures. They're doing Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, and I will probably end up with both of these. They're kind of cartoony, but so were the Angus Young and Bon Scott ones. So what else can you say? It looks pretty good.
They look like if they were taking place in, like the Chips Ahoy commercials, like with the animated movies.
Yes,
they look just phenomenal. Like that to me.
That's great.
What a great poll.
That is a good. That is an.
Am I wrong? Am I right?
No, that's phenomenal. Okay, wait. I need another shot of the Telecaster here. So, Keith Richards, for a period, did not play with the sixth string, right? He just took it off the guitar. So, that's cool that they've included that. Why are there only 4 tuning pegs? Is one banjo? Am I forgetting something about his guitar? Does he have a banjo one set up? I will look at this later. Anyway. They look pretty cool, though. So there you go. And that brings us to the end of the San Diego Comic-Con discussion. There's also a trailer floating around for Season 2 of Peacemaker. It looks good. Yeah, it looks good. Anybody have anything else they want to say on Comic-Con before we move on?
A lot of really cool reveals, and I'm curious to see how much of it's going to end up in my collection, because, I'll say, oh yeah, I'll skip it, but then I'll see it in a store and I'll be like, well, since it's here.
Yeah, that's the way it always goes with me.
Yep. We don't have a problem, though, so it's fine.
Oh, I do. The first step to fixing a problem is admitting that you have one. Problem
I'm not trying to fix it yet.
I admit that I have a problem. I just don't care. It's a fun
Fair
problem
enough.
to have. There's a lot worse problems in this world to have.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Oh, one thing I will say is there's apparently a Lego Game Boy, and
I did see that.
I if I'm going to get into Lego, I think that's where I'd start. Is the Game Boy.
Yeah, and it looks good,
Right.
and it's out of stock. Oh, because it doesn't come out until the 1st. It looks good, and it's $59.99.
That's not bad.
It's not
Which is not bad for Lego. I like the interchangeable screens. I like the... Sorry, boys, it's late. I
You're
like
good.
the Game Boy cartridges. Yeah.
That is cool.
It's not playable, but,
No.
we didn't expect
Cool
No
display
way.
piece.
Exactly.
Yeah, I will probably end up getting that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Especially because it comes with a Zelda cartridge.
Yeah.
That's cool. That is, yeah. I mean, that's what I can get into Lego with that for sure. That's a pretty
Indeed.
unique little piece, and it's only $60. That's not that bad at all. That's just
Indeed.
Yeah. Keep it away from me.
I just pulled up the Great Deku Tree, which we were really trying to get Isaac to buy when we were at the Lego store in Grand Rapids. And then we saw it there at the Barnes & Noble recently here locally.
Yeah, as we were walking out the door, I looked back, and right at the entrance was a little stack of Legos, and on there was the Great Deku Tree, and now I'm under the impression that it's following me.
It is. It is.
You told me you would stay away.
I lied.
Is there any? Wait. Is this? Oh, it's both. There's a Breath of the Wild Deku Tree and Ocarina of Time Deku Tree.
Yeah, they're in the same thing.
Interchangeable
So.
parts.
Oh, huh. Wait, no. Well, that's worth $300 right there.
Wait,
You get
see?
both of them.
Please stop talking. I will drive to Barnes & Noble tomorrow.
And
They have it at
on
Barnes
that
and Noble. That'd be sick.
Yes, they do.
That's where we saw it, yeah.
Oh, what? I thought it was. Oh, yeah, we did see that at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Real talk.
Tempt me with a good time.
Okay, if this Great Deku Tree went down to $200, would you consider?
I wouldn't consider, no.
You'd
I'd just
purchase?
buy it, yeah.
You would have purchased it already at that point. Fair.
Indeed.
So, tune in next episode to see if I actually end up buying the Great Deku Tree.
Now, though, that at the Barnes & Noble, the price is going to be hiked up on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't even
That's
believe
just
it.
how they roll.
That's how they roll.
But, maybe they'll have it at, like, Target or something.
Maybe.
It says exclusives, but I'm not sure what that really means because we saw it two places.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. It's just a word to make you fear that it's going to be out of stock.
Exactly. I'm looking up
It's a misnomer.
right now on Target.com.
I bet you they have Great
18
Deku
and up.
Tree.
Lots of Wicked. Maybe I'll finally watch Wicked when the second part drops on Peacock so I can watch the entire thing all at one shot.
It's worth it. I'd say it's worth it to watch it.
Oh,
That's
yep,
good.
there it is.
Yep. Great Deku Tree, $300.
Oh no.
Is that more than on the
we
Lego
need this
site?
to go on sale.
I think so, because I think it was $250 at the Lego store. But maybe I'm crazy.
Lego.com, $299. Huh.
Interesting.
Indeed.
Lego. That Lego signs, the Star Wars sign's pretty cool. Oh, it's on sale. Oh, but $3 off, whatever. That ain't gonna get me amped up. $3 off.
I like the retro radio. It comes with a sound brick. I wish it came with like a little radio module. I'm sorry, an FM radio circuit is not terribly hard to build into a smaller brick. Maybe a larger Lego brick than Lego usually is, but you could probably get by with it. I've got my eye on this 66 Batmobile. That one would be cool.
Oh, that actually is a cool, I mean, it's kind of a cool little radio thing, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that they lock some, like games like Fortnite and stuff like that, they lock, oh wait, one thing I thought about is that Mario and Yoshi from Super Mario World, I kind of need that, actually.
Oh,
That's so sick.
The SH Figure Arts ones, or what are you talking about?
Or the Mario
Lego
and Yoshi Lego.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, it's $129. Come on.
Indeed.
That's cool, though. Darn it.
Yeah, well. We've talked Legos, we've talked toys. You boys ready to talk about some movies that we have seen recently?
Let's do it. Let's have a super fantastic discussion.
Way, let's
Super
do
fantastic discussion, huh? All right, so there's a whole bunch of stuff in San Diego Comic-Con, so following that discussion, there's been some pretty big movies this July that have come out, superhero-related ones. The DisplayShelf pod, we went together to see both of the Superman and Fantastic Four movies. We're going to start to do kind of a general discussion on the movies, what we liked, that kind of stuff. And then we will let you know, there's going to be spoilers at certain points, but we will let you know ahead of time if there's any big spoilers that are going to be coming. And we'll let you know when you can skip and in case you want to see it for yourself. Because they are relatively new movies, so...
yeah.
So July 11th...
we are going to try and do timestamps, hopefully. I'm gonna log timestamps. Hopefully Isaac can get those on the YouTube.
Yeah, I'll get those edited in, and I'll let you guys know with a big ol' spoiler warning before we get there.
Sweet. Yeah. Now that the admin's out of the way.
All right. Now, July 11th was the release of the most recent Superman 2025. So we went to this movie a couple weeks ago. So it was a couple weeks after, maybe a week or a week and a half since the movie actually came out. So it wasn't on release day. So we went to go see Superman in theaters, get the VIP seats, of course. We got to get those.
Gotta get the nice seats.
Right. Those are nice seats. And yeah, I kind of want to open up just what are the first impressions of what we thought about the movie. Do we want to give ratings of what we thought right now, or do you want to skip that for the end of each movie discussion?
I think we can do ratings during this segment.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go ahead and start by saying that I put this at a 7.5 out of 10 on my scale. I think it's definitely worth seeing in theaters if you haven't already. Just because, I mean, of course, Superman is a DC movie and whatnot, but also just because there's a lot of good parts that I think the big screen makes a good impression on, unless you have a big theater at home or something like that, or one of those kind of theaters. But I think the big screen is a good place to watch this movie. And I thought the casting was really good. I think the casting was really good on this movie. Especially like Lois Lane, Lex Luthor was great. Superman did a good job. But yeah, I think that's kind of my first initial thoughts. How about you guys?
Isaac, you want to take it first?
Yeah. So I'm coming into this, and I'll be 100% honest. I have a very, very heavy Marvel bias.
Oh, yeah.
So, just keep that in mind. That being said, I actually also have it floating right around to 7.5. It was enjoyable. I liked it. But there wasn't really anything that stood out to me super, intensely, I guess I'll say. I do have a hot take about or what I'm going to say is that's something that's going to really upset people, probably.
Uh-oh.
So the reason
save
that this movie
for the spoiler bit, or
no, it's not anything spoiler related.
okay.
It just kind of revolves around the life of DC in the past several years.
Interesting. Okay.
I am under the impression that this movie is garnering so much attention because, and getting such high praise because it's one of the like 3 movies in the past 10 years that DC's put out that's actually worth anything.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I don't think that's the only reason that it's getting all of the positive attention that it is.
Well, no, definitely not the only reason, but I do think that, people finally have a DC movie that they can flock to and be like, hey, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
And so it's getting a little bit more hype than maybe it should. And maybe that's just me being a Marvel baby.
That is, I was going to say, that is a really interesting take. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that take. I understand why people are excited about this movie and why people have enjoyed this movie as much as they did. It's funny we keep talking about 7.5. I'm really conflicted about my thoughts about this movie because I do want to stick it at a 7.5 to 8. But I'm like having trouble figuring out, and it's going to require multiple viewings more than likely, but I'm not paying to go and see it again because our movie theater around here is pretty expensive. I can't put why it's not a 9 into words, and I don't know why. You know what I mean? I feel like, because I like the individual aspects of the film, I like all of the casting is done really well. The interactions between the cast and the different characters is phenomenal. I think that Lex Luthor is a really good villain in this movie. I think the set pieces are really interesting, but there's something about the combination of it all that I'm just like, it's a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? There's too much. I almost think that there's too much going on in this movie.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was for me too, is that I 100% agree with you on everything was solid. Like, there wasn't a specific nitpick that I have that I'm like,
right,
well, this was bad, so this takes it down from being, upper echelon to...
Although, I will say this. I was thinking about it the other day, and I started pulling on a thread, and we'll talk about it in the spoiler section. I started pulling on a thread, and part of the movie is kind of unraveling for me.
Okay.
But we'll talk about it in the spoiler section. Because it involves one of the major twists / plot points in the movie.
Okay.
But yeah, and it's like, I also feel like it was kind of long.
Yeah. That was something I was going to touch on in the spoiler section a little bit, but I feel like there are definitely some parts of it that could have been trimmed down a little bit.
Yeah. Like, specifically, without getting too much into spoilers, there's a giant chase scene. There's a giant sci-fi chase scene where they're trying to escape a place. Hope that's enough for you guys to go off of. Where I'm like really thinking, oh, this is a good conclusion to this movie. He's gonna escape this place. He's gonna confront Lex Luthor, and the movie's gonna end. And then I looked at my watch, and there's an hour left. It's like, okay.
The old watch check.
And I believe I am getting old. I believe I am getting crotchety. Because if a movie is not paced right, I'm going to be looking at my phone. You know what I mean? And I'm not even saying that this wasn't necessarily paced right, but I don't know.
That's fair though, I think. I mean, it's like after a while, it's like how much longer can they keep something up, like time wise,
Right.
like make it a long movie, you know?
But I think it's still a good movie. It's a solid 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. I don't know.
I think that it's a good movie to start off the new universe under James Gunn, and it kind of establishes the tone that they're trying to go for. Yep. Whereas, you had the previous movies with Snyder and, whoever else was involved. Like I said, don't know DC that well.
Right.
But those were very much like darker toned.
Sorry, I clicked a button.
What was that? Okay.
Oh yeah, that's something new on Google. I'm not sure why though.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, those were very much like darker toned, even just like the color and everything like that, the lighting and everything. They were very dark, and they were, that was the tone they were going for. Whereas this one felt like a comic book movie.
Right.
And it really felt like a James Gunn movie, which take that in the direction that you feel.
I was going to say it did, I think, for better, and I don't want to say for better and for worse, because it was good, but there was a lot of stuff going on. I feel like I want to elaborate more on there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it's going to involve a lot of spoiler discussion, so I'm going to kind of just put a pin in it until we get there.
Yeah, we'll get a lot more particular in what we're talking about here in a little bit, but I agree, yeah.
Crypto the Superdog was amazing.
Very good.
Sure.
Very nice addition.
Worth the price of admission. As somebody who grew up on the, probably 14 episode cartoon of Crypto the Superdog, yeah. That was good.
Oh, and I don't know, is this a spoiler? I don't think it is, but but Mr. Terrific was fantastic, or terrific, I should say.
Yes.
There were times where it kind of almost felt like his movie.
Yes, it really did.
It really did. I was surprised how much of an ensemble movie Superman really was.
And that's part of my problem with it, too.
Yeah, again, for better or for worse. But the problem is, I like the individual characters, and I like the way that they interact. I liked Nathan Fillion and as Guy Gardner, who was phenomenal in Guy Gardner.
He might be my favorite part of the movie.
He's one of my favorites, as well as Mr. Terrific. I like Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, and the other one, and Mr. Terrific. I was just losing my mind there. And I liked their interactions as a team. I liked Ma and Pa Kent in this movie. They had a really good chemistry with Clark. There's a lot of good stuff in this movie. There's a lot of good character interactions. There's a lot of good characters.
Who's the one that? Sorry, go ahead.
But it just felt like too much at some point, you know.
It did, yeah. For a movie that was supposed to be, it's supposed to be Superman, and this is how we're going to define how we use our heroes going forward. There was a lot, and there's a specific portion of this movie that I'll discuss later where I'm like, oh yeah, this is a Superman movie. because it just doesn't focus on him at all.
Yes, there's a large portion of the middle of this movie where Superman is just not present. And I would argue that it's fine because it's carried by Lois Lane and Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner and whatever other characters happen at that point. But it's a
Jim,
and,
was it in Jimbo? What is that guy's name?
Oh, Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen.
Jimbo.
Yeah. And like,
and the guy that can
that's cool. Right. Yeah. Metamorpho.
Might be a spoiler, but
I think he was in the trailers. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to elaborate on it further with spoilers.
We're going to the spoiler section now.
I think so. So, spoilers ahead for Superman. Does anybody want to say anything first, or should I just launch into my giant tirade?
I want to. I have a couple things to say. That one thing that's related to the movie, kind of, but also not the actual movie. But apparently, the DC Ultraman they were chase, both of those things. Apparently,
really?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Huh.
Oh,
they were actual chase, and they were like selling for like 40, $50 for those things. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Oh, wow. Great.
Well, Isaac's going to have hard after work tomorrow.
That makes me feel great.
But I also want to say that I liked, I don't know, like the fact that like, I thought it was so cool, like the, what is it, the Luther Industries building, like how they, like work as a team, like work as like a mad science, like a team, like, and like doing commands to Ultraman and stuff like that. I thought it was cool.
Indeed.
That's it for me. I would like to hear.
Yeah, I really liked how they portrayed Lex Luthor's obsession with Superman in this movie.
Yeah, 1A.
Yeah,
1A.
And that's what it is. I feel like that's the one thing that some of the movies have gotten kind of wrong, is that it's always been an obsession. Lex is like, here's the perfect dude, right? Super powerful and theoretically all good. And they even touched on this in Batman v Superman. You know, it's like Lex Luthor cannot stand the idea that Superman exists. And so he's got to prove that Superman is just a regular dude, or that he is better than Superman, because he's got to be on top of the world. And I think Lex was phenomenal in this movie.
He was, yeah. And the fact that he was willing to start like we'll call it a global conflict.
Right. And
to get a one-up on Superman.
Yeah. Was something that I'm sure will have a knock-on effect for the rest of the DCU, right?
Oh, for sure. Something like that has to.
Right. Although I don't necessarily... James Gunn has said that this is going to be more like Star Wars, where we're just telling individual stories at different points, instead of Marvel, where it's like, watch them in this order for the massive story. But, yeah. Yeah, before I launch into my there's too much going on at the same time tirade, Isaac, got anything else you want to mention here?
Yeah, actually, that I was just thinking about, because you mentioned how good Ma and Pa Kent were.
Yes.
In this movie, there's the scene where, Superman just got handed, and so he's back at their house, and he's sitting out on the front porch, and they have that moment of you know, his dad sits down with him and, you know, talks to him about how proud he is and how, you know, all that good stuff. And I was like, I'm going to shed a tear here because that was a very moving.
That was a nice moment in the movie, like a nice little thing they added. I'm really kind of a nice thing they added. Respect that. I respect.
Indeed.
But yeah.
Okay.
Release the beast.
Ooh, release the rant.
This is pretty much my problem with the movie. And like I say, the more that we're sitting here talking about it, the more that I reflect on it, the more that I do think I want to put it at an 8 out of 10. Because it is a good movie. And it does a lot. All right. I gotta start here. Star Wars, 1977. Drops you directly into the story. As we've seen with Rogue One and Andor and all of this other stuff, there is a large amount of story that leads up to the events of Star Wars. But it doesn't matter, because that's not the story that we're trying to tell. We drop you into the middle of this conflict, and you kind of already know what's going on. There's good guys, there's bad guys, they're fighting. The princess gets taken by the bad guys, and the droids go down to the planet, rescue the princess from the bad guy. That's the crux of the story. All the little world-building bits, going to Tatooine, going to the Death Star, Alderaan existing, the talk of the Clone Wars, things like this is all just like incidental lines of dialogue and little hints at enforced training. And all of this is little hints of stuff to build the world. But at the end of the day, the story is still the main thing. Superman, I think, does a lot of world building, but the reason that it feels like a very busy movie, because there is a lot going on. You've got the inherent Superman versus Lex conflict. Then you've got the conflict between Superman and himself. The conflict between Superman and Lois Lane. And all of this other stuff that is just going on all at the same time. Not to mention that Lex Luthor is trying to start a war in the Middle East. And all of this other stuff that gets brought up every now and then. But to be honest, there were multiple points in the story where I was like, oh yeah, that's happening. I forgot about that. Because we're chasing a bad CGI baby in a pocket dimension. You know what I mean? So, like when I say that there's too much going on, it's like there's a lot being thrown at you. And I almost want to take my mom to go and see this movie and just be like, sit down, watch this movie, and let's talk about it afterwards. And I want to see how much stuff she questions and how much stuff she remembers and all of this other stuff, you know? Because it's like, I'm like, oh yeah, Lex Luthor can definitely create a pocket dimension. No big deal. But I don't know. Does my point make any sense? That there's just kind of a lot going on that you kind of forget. You kind of get lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, like that conflict. You're right. Like it's like, oh yeah, that is happening. Like that's not
right.
They don't mention it very much. I feel like in the movie, and then it's like, oh yeah, this is happening.
Right, because all at the same time, like at a single point in the movie. Oh my gosh, yes. At a single point toward the end of the movie, maybe let's say 20 minutes from the end of the runtime. Maybe 25, 30. The pocket dimension is collapsing. The people inside of it are trying to escape. Lois Lane is flying around in the Mr. Terrific car, or whatever it's called, the giant spaceship thing, trying to gather evidence with Jimmy Olsen, who is texting back and forth with Lex Luthor's girlfriend. Lex Luthor's girlfriend is trying to hide from Lex. That's 5 if you're keeping count. Superman is trying to fight Ultraman while also trying to save people from the giant rift that's opening in the thing. Kids are trying to summon Superman in the Middle East, but Superman doesn't come because Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and... You know what I mean? Like, I'm at 9 here, and I feel like I could keep going.
Yeah, there's just so much going on at once that you kind of have to pick a storyline to follow, and then
it switches on you about the
that.
time that you get into the storyline.
Right.
And I think you needed to pick either Pocket Dimension or Middle East conflict. And I get that the whole point of the conclusion is that Superman has to work together with the other superheroes to be the thing, and they should almost have some kind of a League of Justice or something that they should, they can go to different parts of the world and do the right thing wherever.
Yeah, like a Justice Gang.
Yeah, like a Justice Gang.
That's a great name.
And now,
You're in.
and maybe that's the point, but you could have accomplished the same thing by only having one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That I think that's the big thing for me that makes it an 8 out of 10 versus a 9 out of 10 versus a 10 out of 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely they were trying to cram in. I shouldn't even say cram because it wasn't really like crammed. It was
nothing felt crammed. Yeah.
No, it was all planned out as it should have been. But at the same time, it was just so full that it was, yeah.
Yeah. I will say this. I think I am glad that I did not walk out of Superman and walk right into Fantastic Four. Not to get into Fantastic Four or not, or anything, but like, it did really feel like such a information and story overload that had I have walked into another movie, it would have had to been like a Fast and Furious where I didn't have to think a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something that's just like, oh yeah, cool action and
right.
Go
Jason
so I can process the other movie. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Because yeah, there was a lot to reflect on and think about. Oh yeah, this was in the movie, and this is because that affected this and this and this and.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. My other minor thing here, and it's all gonna be contingent on Supergirl more than likely. As we know, at the end of the film, Millie Alcock shows up as Supergirl and collects crypto from the Fortress of Solitude. Is she supposed to be older or younger than Superman?
I'm guessing younger, but I could be wrong.
Well, so, okay. I guess my question is, and it's going to really depend on the story of Supergirl, right? Traditionally, and whether this is traditionally or whether this is the news story, the CW story that was then adopted into comics or whatever, the idea with Supergirl's origin story is that she's like 10 to 13 when Clark is a baby and gets set up into Krypton, or out of Krypton to Earth. She is sent to protect him. Her ship gets launched into the Phantom Zone. Time freezes for 20-something years. She comes out the other side, lands on Earth. Superman already exists. And Supergirl is still a teenager. She's got powers, etc. And all of this. So, if they're going to go with this origin story, which I don't know if they will, so again, this complaint is entirely contingent upon the Supergirl movie that is coming out next year. If she's older than Superman and was aware of Krypton, by 10 years old you have an awareness of things. Wouldn't you reckon that Supergirl would know the contents of Jor-El's message to Superman?
I would think so, yeah.
Or at least that the purpose of their mission and being sent to Earth is to, according to this message, which may or may not have been doctored, I can't remember that plot point in the movie. There was too much going on.
I think there you go. But I think they, they confirmed that they being, the government, so, who knows really, but they confirmed with their linguists and stuff that it wasn't a doctored message.
Okay, so that's another thing. I don't like that, but whatever. That's a choice that's being made. But wouldn't you reckon that if this is the origin story that we're going with Supergirl, wouldn't you reckon that she would know the mission that they're trying to go on?
Yeah, you'd think they'd tell her, like, hey, watch over him, make sure he follows this and, takes, control of the Earth.
Right. Again, this complaint is entirely contingent upon the Supergirl movie from next year, so guess we'll see.
So you can revisit this episode in a year's time and call us idiots, but
yeah, you can say I'm full of it, which probably am anyway, because I'm giving this movie an 8 out of 10.
That's true. You should go watch episode 2. I like your thinking, Jacob.
Oh my. Is there anything else that we want to say about?
So I had mentioned there were a couple parts that I think could have, you could have cut down a little bit.
Yeah.
I think really just the time that Superman is caged.
Yes.
Like, he was there for a long part of that movie. Longer than it needed to be. And I get it was supposed to let, Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane shine.
It's a Superman
do their part,
movie.
But it's a Superman. Exactly. It's a Superman movie. I paid my ticket to primarily, I'll say primarily because I knew obviously, Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, those guys are in it. But I paid for a ticket to watch Superman and his story go versus watching him being locked up in the cage for a quarter of the movie.
I definitely understand that complaint. And I do agree that the incarceration of Superman was far longer than it probably needed to be. I think that it was a good thing to kind of focus on the different characters. I think there should have been less characters. I don't think that we needed the entire Daily Planet. Yeah, I don't think we needed the entire Daily Planet to have a story arc, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or what's that? Or like the I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It did actually feel like the background characters really were a big part of it. I don't know why, but I feel like it should have been. I feel like there's a lot of characters that you saw one time and again.
Right. Oh, there's so much going on in this movie that I completely forgot that the engineer was a character.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the engineer was a character.
The engineer was there. Is about of a glowing review as I can give it.
I like that guy at the bottom, like the what is that guy? Like the from the other country that was at war, or whatever. Like the leader.
Oh, the terrorist guy? Or no, he wasn't a terrorist. He was like a prime minister. The guy with the hair.
Or just like the when they're like when they said, okay, no, we're going to the bunker, and then they get like and then like they get attacked going to the bunker, and then like he just like runs away, like hobbles away. That was kind of funny.
Right. Yep. I think that's all that I have to say. I still think that this was a good movie. Oh, Alan Tudyk being the Superman robots, essentially just playing K2SO again. Okay. Like, interesting choice to just have him show up and play his Star Wars character, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's a choice.
Indeed. But, yeah, Superman. Good movie overall, though.
It was good, yeah. I'm glad I saw it.
I know, like, I'm sitting here and I feel like I'm talking negatively about it a lot, but genuinely, I think that the casting in this movie was excellent. I think that the chemistry amongst the cast was really good. I'm getting ready to lose a microphone here. Yeah, there's not a character that I didn't like. There were a couple of characters that I'm like, why are you here, other than comic relief, such as Cat Grant and the sports reporter from the Daily Planet.
Yeah.
Okay, one large bit of praise here. I love the way, and I saw it in the trailer, and I knew I was going to love it then, so maybe it's kind of cheating. In the scene where they're doing the interview in the apartment, where Clark turns into Superman, and you can hear a very large difference in the voice. It's cool. It's something that Christopher Reeve did in the 70s movies too. But it's really good to see that, you know, the turning on of Superman. No, that's not it.
Wait.
Being able to flick the switch between Clark Kent and Superman. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
We got to be careful about phrasing on this podcast.
Yeah, phrasing is crazy.
Phrasing is crazy.
But yeah, that whole scene was very good. Although that's another one where I was like, little long. I know it's super important. Super, like, probably the most important scene in that entire movie.
Yeah, I think it's the most important scene to define Clark, to define Superman, to define Lois, as well as their relationship. As well as, for sure, I would argue, Superman's relationship with the world.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that scene set up the morality of every part of Superman and Clark's character.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it really helped that both actors were incredible during the entire thing.
Absolutely. Cool stuff.
Super, even.
Very super. But now we have to figure out if something is, in fact, fantastic.
Yes, we do.
So, we did also see the Fantastic Four First Steps, which I am Googling to get some information on.
Yeah. So, we have concluded our spoiler discussion on Superman. So, if you're just rejoining us, welcome back. Go see Superman and then come back to our podcast to hear our thoughts. But things are about to get a little bit more fantastic here on the Display Shelf podcast. Because that is another movie that has recently come out that we saw.
Indeed. So, Fantastic Four just kind of dropped this past weekend at time of recording. Currently sitting at 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb and an 87% Rotten Tomatoes score. Metacritic must be smoking something with a 65.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right to me, but okay.
I think you can tell by our reactions to those lower scores what we thought of this film.
Yes. Who wants to go first on their thoughts on the Fantastic Four?
I'll just go ahead and I'll launch my thoughts. As I mentioned at the start of Superman, very much lean Marvel, have a very big Marvel bias. This movie blew Superman out of the water and it wasn't close.
Oh man, okay. I mean, you're not necessarily wrong. I don't know if it blew. Oh, yeah, it kind of did.
It did.
It kind of did. I felt better walking out of Fantastic Four than I did Superman. And I almost half wonder if part of that is marketing. Like, I feel like marketing and hype. I feel like a lot of the talk going into Superman, trying to think about this from a non-spoiler point of view now, is that this movie is meant to inspire hope. And all of this. And this is supposed to be a very positive movie. And it is a very positive movie. But I didn't necessarily, take that away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think for me, Fantastic Four, I had hinged so much on this movie being good.
Yeah, there was an anxiety going into this movie.
So much pressure for this movie to be good. And so when it was, the feeling of leaving the theater, I think, was it you who said it felt like a weight was just lifted off of your shoulders?
I did say that, yes.
Yeah.
And this was even after certain things occur in certain scenes that are after certain things in the movie, where I was just like,
thoughts there.
Yeah,
so.
I'm in. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there in the spoiler section.
Yeah, so I am going to throw out my score, and it could go up or down a little bit.
Oh.
Depending, because I should be going to see this movie again in the next couple days with my family. But currently I'm sitting right around a 9.2.
Interesting. You're going that granular.
See, I've been hinging between a 9 and a 9. So I'm trying to go right in the middle based on, post-movie hype and whatnot.
Right.
Like, I think a second viewing will determine if it goes higher up to the 9.5 or down to the 9. But I don't think there's anything major about this movie. You know, I have minor nitpicks, but there's nothing that I would change. Very, very little that I would change about this movie.
Yes, I would agree. There's nothing that I think that you could cut. There's nothing that I think did not deserve to be in the movie. Yeah. Jacob, what did you think? Oh, sorry.
I think, you know, it had what, like an hour 50-some minute runtime?
Hour and 55.
2 hours? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it didn't need to be longer. It didn't need, you know, it got to where it needed to be, and then it ended.
Yep. That's exactly it. It told the story that it needed to tell, and then it left.
Yeah, I have a few other thoughts, but I'll let Jacob get a word in here.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. So I would give it a 9. It was better than Superman for sure, and probably one of the best Marvel movies I've seen. I know I haven't seen a lot of them. I mean, I've seen a good amount, but I'm not to that level of seeing, like, following up with all the stuff. But I'm getting there, and I'd say it's the best Fantastic Four movie ever made, ever. So got that going for it. I think the actors. I think people maybe had Pascal fatigue or something like that, which I didn't really think I had. I think he played Reed Richards perfectly. Like, he kind of had the neurotic kind of feel to him, like really deep in science and like really like nervous all the time, or not like nervous. I guess kind of like nervous and like just trying to be calculated and stuff in his approach. I thought he played Reed really well. So I think it was really good. Just seeing like these are some of the characters I really enjoyed their stories, and seeing them in this movie I thought was really nice.
Yeah,
I like them a lot. So you won't hear many bad things from me for the movie. There'll be very little bad things. Like, hard to think of some bad things for this.
Right. I really enjoyed this movie. Not only the individual characters, but I mean, whereas Superman focuses on the individual characters interacting with one another, Fantastic Four is focused on the interactions between the characters, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
It does, yeah. It does to me.
Like, yeah.
That's the exact same point that I would say too, is that the movie focuses on the family aspect of the characters.
It really does.
Like, it is very much a movie about family.
And part of that is down to one of the major plot points in the movie, but we'll get to that later.
But every interaction between any of the four was, dare I say, fantastic.
Yes. There was a very...
No pun intended, but...
It felt like there was a relationship between all of them. I mean, Sue and Ben's relationship had a particular dynamic. Ben and Reed's relationship had a particular dynamic. Reed and Sue's, there's a dynamic for about every combination, and they let that shine. Something as simple as Johnny having a meeting set up every week or every other day or whatever with Reed to just see what's going on. Minor spoiler, but I don't think it counts.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I loved Ben and Johnny's dynamic too, where they just throw quick jabs at each other all the time.
It's so good.
And it wasn't like really big, mean spirited. It was kind of more like family, kind of just joking around a bit. It wasn't like being super like, oh, you suck, I hate you.
Right.
It was kind of more It was more. I thought it was kind of. It was more like a family bickering, which was nice. Like just kind of some jokes, and so it wasn't like
it's like they're brothers.
Too intense. Yeah.
I mean, Isaac, I don't know about you, but I do the same thing with my brother. If we we've got a particular set of phrases, and I mean, we do it with each other here. Like if I say the word compartmentalized, this whole group will laugh or at least smirk, you know? It's one of those. Yeah. It's good to see. It was a feel-good movie because of the characters.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I also like how there's a very clear tone shift in this movie.
There is, yeah.
And it stays consistent with that tone in this movie, which Marvel has had problems with in the past.
A little bit.
Ant-Man Quantumania, I'm looking at you. Amongst a lot of others. Age of Ultron is one. When it needs to go dark, it goes dark, and it stays dark until the threat is taken care of. And that's it.
It really does.
I thought that the cast was actually pretty well done.
Yeah, 100%.
As much, and Jacob kind of touched on this, as much as I was moderately concerned about Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, I think it worked really well.
It did, yeah. It wasn't my biggest concern because I had a feeling he would kill it. But the majority of people that watched the trailer and saw the casting and they said, is Joseph Quinn really going to be a good Johnny Storm?
Yeah.
I think
yes,
he might have been the best in the movie.
I think he was
at playing the role that he was given.
Exactly. I think he was the perfect casting for this Johnny Storm. I don't necessarily know if he would be the perfect casting for a 2005 Chris Evans Johnny Storm.
Yeah,
but
that feels like a different character altogether.
Exactly. Exactly.
And one more thing about this version of Johnny Storm. I think they did a really good job of portraying the fact that Johnny Storm is very smart. He's not just some idiot that runs around with his head cut, cracking jokes at everything. And
right. I thought it was
because there's a reason he's on that rocket.
Yeah. I thought it was really interesting how they made a point to talk about how they were all scientists. And it's like, they all deserve to be there. They all, deserve to be where they're at, going on these missions and things like that because of their brains. But then they've also got this little added family dynamic and wit and whatever else. The only character, and not to get into too much spoiler territory, the only character that I felt like they needed to spend just a little bit more time with was the Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They should explore... Oh, actually, wait. This might be a spoiler. Maybe I shouldn't say it.
I mean, there's... Within the comics, and within past iterations of the character, there is a large... I mean, yeah, he's a big dude. There's this... The whole crux of his character is that he used to be this good-looking dude, all of this, and he lost all of that, and he feels like he's worthless because of it. This is comic book, this is old movies, etc. And he's trying to just live a normal life, but can he do that because he is, in fact, the Thing? I feel like we could have played a little bit more into that, but I think we tried to, but we just didn't get all the way there. It's my only kind of minor complaint about the movie. That
yeah,
some
he's
of the
definitely
CGI,
he's definitely the least utilized of the four.
Right. And I think that there's
the least
some
amount of
reasons.
character.
Yeah, I think that there's some reasons for that that are outside of the movie that involve spoilers / speculation on the MCU going forward.
So we'll save that for a little bit from now.
A couple of last points I want to make before we do get into the spoiler section. The score was amazing, and the art style was amazing. This movie was stunning in both audio and visual ways.
It was, yeah. It was a good movie to watch. And, to take in as a full movie. From a filmmaking standpoint.
All's I'm saying, man, it's Michael Giacchino's score. All's I'm saying.
Yeah. Bingo card.
Indeed.
Bingo card.
It is becoming a bingo card item, isn't it?
It kind of is, yeah. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, when it's something good to talk about, it's good to talk about. So
exactly. Like episode 2 of the podcast.
Like episode 2 of the podcast. Every time, gotta shill it.
Absolutely. Any final thoughts before we move into spoilers?
Shout out Vanessa Kirby, man.
Yes.
Great.
She nailed it in this movie.
I know I said that Joseph Quinn was arguably the best, but no, it was Vanessa Kirby for sure.
Yes.
Which I was really happy about. Yeah. Because not that I had doubts going into it with her, because I didn't. But it was like, I kind of did, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It sounds like you had doubts.
It was like, I don't know, I felt weird. Like, it wasn't like I was like, oh, she's probably not going to do well. It was just kind of a weird one. I was like, oh, that's not who I anticipated that they were going to cast.
Right.
So I don't know if her style is going to work with Sue Storm, but it did. And I was also nervous because, Sue Storm's my favorite of the four. So
see,
there's that little bit of added pressure. Reed's great.
Reed is great, especially in the comics. We was talking about this after the movie with you guys. I really want to go back and read some of the Fantastic Four Hickman run. That might be what I do after I finish all of the comic books that I've recently purchased. Purchased. There's another one for the bingo card. Garrett loses a word about halfway through.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
I think, unless there's any other final thoughts, that'll bring us into spoiler territory.
Does indeed.
All right. So, if you don't want any spoilers for Fantastic Four First Steps, go ahead and skip forward to the game, which will follow our spoiler discussion. Indeed. And, of course, we'll leave you a timestamp to go ahead and skip to. All right.
And that brings us to the spoilers.
Non-spoiler people are gone. Go ahead and spoil the entire movie for everyone.
I can't believe that the Thing... I was about to make a really bad joke there, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm not doing that. All right, anyway.
Do it.
Nope.
Play it safe, fine.
Yeah, I'm playing it safe on YouTube.
Coward. We have more worlds to conquer.
Coward.
We have new worlds to conquer.
Indeed. Galactus was amazing.
He looked so menacing. That thing was, it was scary.
It was the perfect depiction of Galactus. How they make, because let's face it, Galactus is a giant dude in a weird costume in a giant stupid helmet. How did they make him that scary? You know what I mean? That's just so good. It was the perfect depiction of Galactus. I'm so glad that we got that. And Silver Surfer was excellent too.
She was great. She was awesome. Yeah, I was going to say, my biggest talking point about this movie is how good the second act, but mostly just like when they're on the ship, on Galactus's ship, just how good that entire part is.
Yeah.
Because they did such a good job at establishing how scary Galactus really is. And, you know, I mean, they have him like flick Surfer away.
Right.
Like she was nothing when she just, you know, destroyed
exactly. She just did the same to Johnny, not 10 movie minutes earlier. It's like in wrestling when you
powerful.
It's like in wrestling when Brock Lesnar takes on the Undertaker, right? Beats the Undertaker, gets all of this credibility, and then Goldberg comes in 2016 and beats him in 30 seconds. It's like, oh shit. I gotta blur that now.
Yep,
that's what it is.
Write that down.
It's a proper old shit moment, and there's no better way to word that.
But then the action sequence that follows, too.
Yes,
where they're
the
trying to escape from Galactus, and yeah. We talked about.
We talked about a giant lava chase scene in Superman. Minor spoilers for the Superman, but this one felt like the stakes were higher.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it wasn't just there was a feeling of impending doom there. We'll talk about him in a minute.
What did you say?
There was this feeling of impending doom throughout this entire movie. I heard somebody, was it Cosmonaut Picture Show on YouTube, say that it felt like in the early 2000s, those movies where it was like the world is ending. And, it had that tone about it, both in space and on Earth when we're like evacuating people into subterranean stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think to add on to the impending doom, well, I guess not impending doom, but the, how important it was for them to get out of that chase scene. They just had, Galactus basically trigger
right
the pregnancy,
labor,
labor, yeah.
Which
I saw,
which is an odd power.
Yeah, I saw a video
wild.
that someone posted. They were like, my reaction when Galactus hit Sue with the labor beam.
Not the laser beam, the labor beam.
The labor beam.
Not the laser beam, the labor beam.
Oh my gosh.
It took me a second to understand what they were talking about, and I was like, wait,
you will.
That's awesome.
You will give birth now.
And not just because they're trying to escape the Silver Surfer, who once again is this very impending, villain through this whole thing. But the whole scene surrounding the birth was intense because you're like, they're in zero gravity. There's nothing that they can do here. You felt as freaked out for the characters as they did for themselves.
Yeah.
And it was so well done. And not to mention, and I loved that space had a very different look and feel than Earth. That sounds stupid.
Yeah.
That sounds stupid when I say it out loud. But realistically here, what is the difference between the Zendarian Embassy and Guardians of the Galaxy in the Avengers complex at the end of Age of Ultron?
Very little.
Right.
Very little. Maybe someone's dressed a little bit funky.
It's probably literally the same building.
It probably is, yeah. But
it's
yeah,
the same building in Atlanta.
It's Atlanta.
Hotlanta.
Hotlanta. But yeah,
everything in Atlanta.
I never really considered that, but like, you're absolutely correct.
Right. Yeah.
Because it feels like, they jumped so far away from Earth.
Exactly.
And it truly felt like it.
Yeah.
And a lot of movies don't capture that.
They're doing that No Man's Sky run.
Yeah.
They're playing No Man's Sky.
I just love the way that this movie looked. I love the way that it sounded. I mean, the wormhole. Okay. Them, like, jumping through hyperspace type of thing with the wormholes. Silver Surfer surfing through the wormhole. That was so cool.
Like, are we serious?
And I was the beams, like, not going in the right direction because they're in the...
Like, here's the thing. I'm a massive nerd, right? So, like, I'm not, like, smart when it comes to that sort of thing, but I know enough that, like, when somebody goes, just shoot the laser beam in the wormhole, part of the back of my brain is like, oh, you probably can't do that because a wormhole is a distortion in space. But they accounted for that. Yeah, it's cool. And then adding to Johnny's scientist credibility that he's able to, okay, this is the direction, this is the magnitude, this is whatever.
Yeah, he's able
to
adjust
shoot it here. Yeah, if I shoot it here, she's going to get hit there. It was great.
It was great. Part of that scene that I loved was, right before he got in the laser. I believe it was Sue who was, currently in heavy labor. Right. Johnny, kill her. She's trying to steal your nephew. Kill her.
Yes.
I was like, oh. I'm not gonna lie, I just got a little shiver up my legs just thinking about that scene. Because it's awesome.
Because it's like, and especially because this is the Fantastic Four. We've talked about it. They're talking about in the movie, not 20 movie minutes prior, we're rounding up the criminals and we're sticking them in jail. We're not killing them. We're not doing anything inhumane to them. And then in that instance, it's like, there is nothing else that we can do except we have to kill her.
Excellent. Oh, so good.
Excellent.
So good.
Thoughts on Franklin Richards? I'm curious what the group thinks here.
I thought it was cool that he goes it's like he was able to like showcase his power to revive Invis. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I dead serious thought she was dead. I thought that was the end of the movie.
Me too.
I was like, oh, cool, bold choice.
I'm curious where Franklin's gonna go post this movie. Because he's one of, if not the most powerful being in the Marvel universe.
I assume he's gonna be in Doomsday. So I wonder how much he'll age between now and Doomsday. Because the post-credit scene.
So I think that post-credit scene is a scene in Doomsday.
Oh.
Because we did get confirmation that the post-credit scene was directed by the Russos and was scored by Alan Silvestri, who does
that was Downey
Avengers.
in the cape too.
Allegedly.
No, they confirmed that.
Oh, cool. We never saw a face, but cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they confirmed that like yesterday.
Nice.
As of time of recording, of course.
I mean, I know having read comics and things like that, I kind of feel like I know where this is going, and it's exciting if they're doing that. But I don't know how much of that you guys want me to talk about here, but
I think that we can leave for now because we're talking about the movie specifically.
Exactly. But I will say this. The fact what this movie does with Franklin Richards is it makes it to where the idea that Galactus wants this kid because this kid is imbued with the power cosmic, right? Most people are going to be like, what does it even mean? You know? And we see an example of it there at the end. But it rewards the comic book readers because you can draw a line from the things that you know from the comics to Galactus's goals. And it's, I don't know, it's interesting. But you don't have to be told in the movie because it doesn't necessarily matter what Franklin's skill set is. It just matters that he has power.
Right. He has some crazy power that is taking a guy like Galactus who has power over the Celestials.
Right.
You know, he wants Franklin. Franklin has to be very important then. And that's all you need to do.
That's all you got to do.
It's all you need to do.
Indeed. What else is
there
going
are a couple more
movie?
Scenes that I wanted to talk about because they were just such good scenes to me. First, you missed this scene too. That's sad.
The fight between
the fight between Reed and Sue. It was very much just like the one scene in Superman, because I know we're not in spoiler territory for Superman anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Where you got the dynamic of the characters, and you know, we talked in the non-spoiler about how each character interacts with each other.
Right.
And you have Reed who, you know, had said, I understand why the people would want us to sacrifice Franklin to save the world. It's morally, ethically, and, you know, logically it's an option.
It is, yeah.
And naturally, Sue, the fresh new mother, is like, you're crazy. I can't believe you'd even think that. And you get Reed, who then comes back and says, that's what I do. That's my job, is to put the worst things in my head to see, you know, where it goes.
Right.
And you have Sue come back and say, you know, sometimes I hate you for it. And it's like, okay, these characters are not all perfect.
Right. And their relationships are not all perfect.
Yeah. She says, what was it?
Sorry, closing curtains.
The way you do that hurts me.
Oh.
And then Reed says, I don't mean to. So you can see their characters in there. You can see, you know, logical Reed. You know, he's not intentionally trying to hurt anybody. He's just, I don't know. That scene was very impactful for me.
Right.
Especially thinking on it post-watch, too.
Because that's also how couples fight. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
It felt like a real relationship.
Right.
The other one was when Sue, it was actually directly following that, basically. Sue walks out and she says, something along the lines of, I'm not going to sacrifice my child to save the Earth, but I'm also not going to sacrifice the Earth to save my child.
Yep. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was a good moment, too. You're right.
And then ultimately, you really think about it, she sacrificed herself to save both of them.
Exactly. Indeed. I'm looking through the quotes on IMDb right now. And yeah, that one was right there as soon as you were talking about it. I'm not sacrificing my son for this planet, but I won't sacrifice the planet for my son. That's perfect. Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
The last thing, I could talk about this movie all day, but the last thing I want to touch on, it actually goes back to Doom. So, I can appreciate, and it makes me feel better that he is from that universe. He's from the same universe that the Fantastic Four are from.
Theoretically.
Nope, confirmed.
Ah, yes!
Confirmed,
that makes me so happy. That means that if they're going off of the correct, or, if they're going off of, if they're doing it right, in my opinion, then that means that Reed and Doom have a relationship. And that is, when it comes to comic books, when it comes to Marvel comic books, there are 3 relationships that are, I think, the most important in all of the Marvel Universe. Spider-Man and Uncle Ben, Spider-Man and Mary Jane, / whoever his love interest is at that point, and Reed Richards and Dr. Doom.
Yep. That's a fair take, yeah.
The detail of him taking off his mask for Franklin is so interesting to me. And I know that sounds dumb, but it's like, why is he doing that? Is he trying to get Franklin to repair his face? Because, according to comic book origin stories, he's got this horrendously scarred face. Is he showing his scars to get Franklin to trust him? What's he doing? Clearly he's trying to manipulate the child, which is a concern.
Yeah. Well, child manipulation is always concerning.
Very concerning.
Especially when it involves
billionaires.
Dr. Doom and...
Oh, all right.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But the other thing about Doom that... So they acknowledged the existence of Latveria.
Yes, they did.
Which I think was more important than people realize, because even if they do go the route of, the theoretical, he's a Tony Stark variant. Even if they do go that route, the existence of him and Latveria and being from the F4 universe, that means he's still going to have some of the qualities of a Dr. Doom.
Yes, exactly.
So he's not just going to be like, I'm Tony Stark from an alternate universe and, I'm going to do Dr. Doom stuff now because that's what's convenient for the story.
Right.
So it at least gives me a little bit of hope that if they do go that route that I don't ideally want them to go, that it'll be better.
Right. My hope for this next Avengers movie is that it is not an Avengers movie. I want this to be Doctor Doom, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We need to tell if he's going to be the big bad of this, and obviously he is. He We need to know his origin. And we need to witness the type of threat that he is. Similar to Thanos in Infinity War. There's examples of how this can work in Infinity War and Endgame. And we just need to follow those examples. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
What a phenomenal movie. I'm so happy with it.
Yeah.
Even
Jacob,
though some of the CGI
thoughts?
on the baby was a little weird.
So, yeah, a little bit. But that also, by the way, 100% real baby. The entire movie. Yeah.
What?
Vanessa Kirby confirmed it.
No. Even at the end?
Yeah.
No. When that baby resurrects Sue Storm, that is a CGI baby.
Not according to Vanessa Kirby.
What?
There might have been some extra CGI added, but there was a real baby on set 100% of the time that Franklin was there.
Yeah, okay, sure. I was going to say, you can't convince me that parts of that baby were not CGI during the resurrection scene. I don't know how you would get a child to act like that on a set. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then again, what do I know?
We're just guys in their 20s.
Yep.
Jacob, do you have any other thoughts regarding the film? Because I feel like I kind of spewed a lot.
Oh, you're good. I like you said how I like you said with that they're all scientists. I liked the Johnny being able to use his brain to uncover the language and what is actually being said, Silver Surfer's language, and then using it against her was pretty cool.
That was cool, yeah.
Which
actually brings me to one of my very, very minor, I guess, complaints regarding the movie. I wish they would have established the passage of time a little bit better. Because it kind of just felt like, Johnny discovered what that message meant, and he's like, all right, I got these 3 words to work with.
So,
and then suddenly it jumps into him knowing and being semi-fluent in the language. So I'm just like, how quickly did he learn the language? And then, there were a couple other things too that I was like, I wish I would have known that this was taking place over the course of a month,
right?
However long.
So there was talk, and I'm trying to look for it right now. There was talk on the internet, so giant grain of salt, that originally the movie was supposed to have like chapter title cards, but it was taken out because it was deemed as a little funky. But it was supposed to denote the passage of time and the separation of chapters and things like that. And if you really think about the sequencing of the movie, you can kind of, in your brain, put in the title cards.
Yeah,
and
you can kind of see it.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense. But, yeah, not having those, I definitely understand. I definitely see why it would be something that they would want to add.
Yeah. Like, it's something I picked up on the passage of time.
Right.
But at the same time, it wasn't like, not everyone is going to.
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of, that and the sometimes weird looking baby were kind of like my only 2 gripes with the movie.
Yeah, you can't convince me that baby was a real baby the entire time. There were some CGIs going on there somewhere. I don't know nothing about it, but who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Nobody knows.
Oh, and I love the fact that the Mole Man is in the movie and is just kind of a comedic character, and he's funny, and it was a good depiction of the Mole Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good to see Paul Walter Hauser, a fellow Michigander, doing his thing. Is he MLW champion right now? Because he's a pro wrestler too, by the way.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh, he's the Progress Wrestling Proteus champion right now.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah. Does anybody have any other thoughts on Fantastic Four, or are we ready to move to the game? Oh, actually, I do have something. The Ben Grimm thing.
That's right, yeah.
I think they tried to cover on it with Natasha Lyonne's character. They tried to get there. But I don't think that they got there. You know what I mean? Like, there was no... I don't know. I don't know how to put it into words.
I mean, I kind of got the... Yeah, go ahead, Jacob.
Are we talking about the relationship thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was going to say that I wish they would expand on it more, because there were just two scenes, and they were like one at the beginning, one at the end, and like
yeah, exactly.
Expand much.
And part of me wonders if that's because they didn't want to expand upon it as much because, well, you know, in the next Avengers movie, is this universe going to exist? And if this universe doesn't exist, does Natasha Lyonne's character, actually exist? Does she come back? What's going on there, you know?
Right. And I feel like if that's the case, I don't think they handled it too poorly then, because they built up the rapport of the Fantastic Four and how they've been helping their community, you know, right at the start. They, you know, so you knew their first meeting, their first on-screen meeting was not their first time meeting at all. They've had several interactions prior to him picking up the car and pretending to chuck it at the kids.
Which was funny.
Which is great, funny. Yeah. Next time, actually throw it, see what happens. So I was okay. Like, sure, it definitely could have used more on-screen time. I'm not disagreeing there.
Yeah.
But I was kind of okay with how they handled it. Kind of just like, okay. You know, they've interacted prior to this.
Right.
That relationship's been building.
Indeed. Good stuff.
Indubitably.
Indeed. Gentlemen, does that bring us to the game?
I believe it does.
I believe it does. All right, we welcome back our non-spoiler Fantastic Four people. Welcome back to the podcast. You made it just in time, because after a super fantastic time talking about movies, we are here to play a game. Now, unfortunately, I got scammed in our last episode and dropped the title to our current champion, which is Garrett.
I am doing my best to be a what's the word I'm looking for here? A benevolent champion. I defend every time, and I will be the longest reigning DisplayShelf champion. What's our record? 3 episodes?
Something like that, yeah.
So I won it last episode, so I need to retain it 3 times? Is that how this works?
I think you need to retain it. Well, let's see, because I won episode 1, held it episode 2. Did I drop it episode 3?
I think so.
I did. And then episode 4, did you take it from Jacob?
I have no idea.
If
there's anybody out there who has been following the podcast or wants to go back and listen to the games on all of the podcasts, because the games are kind of fun and they're pretty good, you should go and compile some stats and put them in the put them in the comments.
Please do. Because we don't know about our records at this point.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
And, it's okay. So I'm going to say that I need to I need to successfully defend the title 3 times in order to be the longest reigning. And that is the goal here today.
That is the goal.
Is to get the first one.
Well, Mr. Jacob's here to step up and take that challenge on.
I'm coming to play. I'm ready to get the title back. I need the title back.
Ah, yes.
I miss it. It's been a long dry streak.
I wish you good luck, my friend.
Yes, good luck, sir. If I do not take this, then I will congratulate you on your continuous reign.
I appreciate that.
Just kidding. Boo!
Oh, Jacob heel turn.
I was getting ready to use the you seem a good enough fellow, I hate to kill you, from Princess Bride.
But really, it'll be a good game either way.
Okay, literally, by the way, after the last podcast, I had a pretty bad day last Thursday. The cat is no longer with us. And to kind of lighten my mood, I actually did turn on The Princess Bride. Because I was like, I just need something.
That'll give you a jolt back up, yeah.
Indeed. But yes, you seem a good enough fellow. I hate to kill you. Such a good movie.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Well, with those kind words exchanged, it's time for us to head into the game. So, knowing that we were going to be discussing superhero movies at length for this episode, have designed a game for you two to play. Because that is how this segment works.
That is.
So, we are playing Name the Superhero based on a bad description. Rules are as follows. I will provide you with a bad description of a superhero, and you need to figure out who it is that I'm describing. We'll, of course, make use of the buzzers that we have recently implemented into our game segments, and I ask that you only buzz in after the full description is given, so after I've finished saying what I'm saying, so the audience can play along, because if you interrupt it in the middle of the sentence, they can't really get any benefit out of this segment other than seeing who wins.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So there is a mix of Marvel and DC characters, and I will say they are specifically superheroes. I didn't do any villains or
questionables
otherwise mentioned. Yeah.
Okay.
They're all marketed as heroes.
So, one of these is not going to be like Lois Lane or...
Right, yeah, it's not going to be like a Mary Jane Watson or Lois Lane or anything like that.
Jimmy Olsen.
No Jimmy Olsen, unfortunately,
Alfred.
although he is a hero.
He's a hero in my book, my personal record book.
I mean, that man's a hero for his contributions to society. But I thought about implementing a champion's advantage rule, and it's not really a rule. It's more of just a decision to be made. Do you want me to tell you if it's Marvel or DC when we get to the question, or do you want to leave that up to interpretation? Okay.
Leave it up to interpretation. I think it's more fun that way.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I'd figured I needed some form of champion's advantage. That lets you design the rules a little bit. With that being said, we have 10 rounds, so 10 heroes are described. And because there's 10, I do have a tiebreaker if needed. I don't know if we'll necessarily need it, but it is there if the time comes.
Absolutely. If I may interject real quick, Jacob.
Absolutely.
Please test your buzzer.
Jacob.
I'm going to test my buzzer now.
Garrett.
Perfect. Just needed to make sure that it came through on the audio.
There we go.
Mid-podcast
audience,
admin.
That is their buzzers. You hear that? First one to press it is allowed to answer the question.
First one to press it, and you call on us. Because there's got to be a referee here.
Of course. All right. Well, are you gentlemen ready to go?
And one thing, real quick, to get out in front of this, because I was talking with somebody about how the buzzers work over Discord. And I do want to acknowledge something real quick. We're recording from my end. So the reason that I'm having Isaac call on us is because it's the first one that he hears, not necessarily the first one that's played on my screen, because mine could play in front of Jacob's, even though we hit it at the exact same time.
Good call. Yep.
There you go. I'm just saying that for the record.
A little bit of admin.
Little inside baseball.
Behind the scenes look. All right.
Indeed. It all runs off of my laptop, for better or for worse.
Indeed. All right. Well, are you ready for the first round?
Let's do it.
All right. Your first description is John Cena if he was gender swapped.
Ooh. Whoa.
To repeat, John Cena if he was gender swapped.
Jacob.
Yes, Jacob.
Is it Superwoman?
It is not Superwoman.
Garrett.
Yes,
Wonder
Garrett.
Woman?
It is not Wonder Woman.
Ah.
I'll ask
Are we
you to
going
think a
until
little
we
bit
both
differently.
tap out, or?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
John Cena if he was gender swapped. It's simpler than you think.
Is it, though?
It is.
I keep wanting to say Power Girl, but that doesn't make any sense. Oh!
Garrett.
Invisible
Yes, Garrett.
Woman.
It is Invisible Woman.
Oh, that's a good one.
Susan Storm / Invisible Woman. Because
That
you can't see
is-
John Cena and you can't see her.
That is
Oh,
a genuinely good one.
I see now.
That's
Thank you.
phenomenal.
That was the first one I came up with. Not just because it's round one, because I did adjust them, but this was the first one I came up with, and I was very proud of it.
You should be. That one was good. Some might even say fantastic.
Put your fours up in the chat.
I'm so glad you hit that. All right.
So good. All right. Round 2. Are we ready?
Yes.
Indeed.
Right. A rich orphan who copes with the death of his parents by beating up the mentally ill.
Jacob. Garrett.
Yeah. I heard Jacob first.
Batman.
That is Batman. That is correct.
Isn't that right from Peacemaker, or no? Or is
It
Never
might
mind.
be. I don't know. All right. 1-1 is the score currently. We ready for round 3?
Yes.
Yep. Hands on buzzers.
Round 3. A guy with an affinity for hand jewelry whose reputation was severely damaged by the release of one of the worst superhero movies of all time.
Garrett.
Garrett.
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern is correct. And I made sure on my slides here, I've got pictures of all the characters. On my answer screen, I made sure to pick the Ryan Reynolds picture. Because that movie
One of the worst
sucks.
movies of all time.
Yes. It
is too. I've never seen it. That's one. It's on the list of if I'm in the mood to watch a bad movie.
I've never seen all of it. Which should tell you more than not having seen it at
Okay,
all.
so then I'm not going to watch it. That's fine.
All right. Ready for round 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Schizo who wraps himself in toilet paper and obeys the commands of a bird. I repeat for the audience. Schizo
my.
who wraps himself in toilet paper and obeys the commands of a bird.
What?
I quite like this one. Yes, Garrett.
Is that Moon Knight?
That is Moon Knight.
Oh, no, okay. Now I see.
Because he obeys
The
the god Khonshu, who is a bird.
Man. He is a bird man.
And he's got multiple personalities.
Indeed. He's got a couple of those.
Right. Just a couple, yeah. Are we ready for round 5?
Yes.
Indeed.
Right. This one's a fun one. A young man who defrauds his place of work and disrupts local business activities. I'll let you know, Garrett, this was the one.
Garrett.
Yes, Garrett.
Is this Spider-Man?
It is Spider-Man, indeed.
I was going to say, because I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I was thinking J. Jonah Jameson back.
You were on the right track, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, he takes pictures of himself and submits them as his work. And then, of course, he likes to disrupt the local businesses.
Oh, yeah. Dang it.
AKA Kingpin and Gang.
Oh. I see.
It's a clever one. I quite like that one.
Yeah. That was a friend of the channel. That was
Yeah.
what Isaac was referring to there a second ago.
Yes. All right. So we finished round 5 with a score of 4-1 to Garrett. Jacob's got to mount a comeback here. Let's see if he can do it. Are we ready for round 6?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Round 6. A guy who would definitely disapprove of SeaWorld.
Jacob.
Mr. Jacob.
Is it Namor?
It is not Namor, no.
Oh, that's a good answer, though.
Garrett.
That is a great answer.
That is a phenomenal answer, but I do believe that it's Aquaman.
It is indeed Aquaman, yes. Yeah, you're definitely on the right track with Namor there. In fact, I almost put Namor on this list for that same reason. All right. Round 7. Oh, yeah, there's the answer screen.
There's good old Aqua
Good old
Boy.
Aqua Boy. Are we ready for round 7?
Sure.
Right. Round 7. Old man who fights by ignoring the laws of physics. This person is an old man who fights by ignoring the laws of physics.
Garrett. Jacob.
I will concede that to Jacob.
That was exactly on my end. So
Okay.
if it came through on your end
shall
as Jacob,
concede.
then I'll take Jacob.
I'll concede for the love of the game.
Magneto?
It is not Magneto, no.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Garrett.
Yes, Garrett.
Captain America?
Captain America is the correct answer to that question.
In reference to the line from Spider-Man, right?
Exactly. He's talking about the shield, which does not obey the laws of physics at all.
No, it does not.
No, it does not.
No, it don't.
Great. Moving on, round number 8, if we are all set.
Yep.
Right, round number 8. Goth girl with emotional control issues.
Jacob.
Mr. Jacob.
Is it Harley Quinn?
It is not Harley Quinn. Remember, no villains or etc.
Garrett.
Mr. Garrett.
Raven?
Raven is correct.
Hey!
All right. Are we ready for the next one?
Yeah, sorry, I was doing something.
Take that as a yes. All right. Round number 9. A Marvel Rivals industry plant who uses the powers of light and dark to remind people of winter.
I don't know the first thing about Marvel Rivals.
We have talked about this person at length before.
Oh, no.
I made sure to know it's someone you know. And I mean that as we as a collective. I repeat for the audience, a Marvel Rivals industry plant who uses the powers of light and dark to remind people of winter. Jacob, your buzzer.
Luna Snow.
Luna Snow is correct.
Okay, when you said industry plant, I was going to say Groot.
Really?
That is really an industry plant, literally a plant.
I thought that would be funny.
Now, before people come for me in the comments for calling Luna Snow an industry plant, yes, I am aware that she was in a mobile game prior to the release of Marvel Rivals. I'm aware she had a small comic book run after the release of said mobile game. But if you were to realistically ask the majority of the people that played Marvel Rivals for the first time if they knew who Luna Snow was, they're going to tell you no. So, that's my defense there. Yeah. All right. Round number 10, the final round. Are we ready?
Have to defend it. Yep.
All
yes.
right. This person never has to use the bathroom thanks to the help of an Egyptian bug.
Huh?
It'll make sense once I tell you.
Garrett.
Mr. Garrett.
Blue Beetle?
Blue Beetle is correct.
Wow. Okay, I've never seen that movie.
I haven't either. But as I was digging through his powers...
I don't even know who that is.
Well, see, I gave him Luna Snow. I figured I had to give you one that was obscure.
Yeah, that's true.
Fair enough.
But yeah, as I was digging through the his powers and whatnot, because he was actually my main for the brief time that I played Injustice 2. So I was like, I got to show him a little bit of love. As I was digging through his powers, one of them was that the scarab would filter waste, so he didn't have to use the bathroom.
Oh my.
And so I was like, that is the greatest thing I've ever heard. Put this in the game now.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, with a final score of 8-2, Mr. Garrett retains his display shelf title. Do we want to play the tiebreaker just to see
Yes, please.
what it is? All right. So I will say we're moving away from the bad descriptions, and we're gonna test some memory here.
Uh-oh.
So our tiebreaker question is, What is the name of the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four First Steps?
Garrett.
Mr. Garrett.
Shalabal.
Shalabal.
Whee.
Wait,
Wait,
I
what?
can't believe you've just done that.
Yeah, I just added that. That was why I went very quiet there a bit ago.
Fantastic.
I am turning it down.
That's quite loud, yes. Rip headphone users.
Yeah, sorry guys. This is something that we've been joking about privately for a number of weeks now. It speaks for itself.
It speaks for itself, yes.
All right. Anyway, we're probably going to get taken off of YouTube for that.
Maybe, but it's fine.
It's all right.
We will rebuild. But yeah, that is going to wrap up our game. Mr. Garrett, you retain your title, for which
Thank
I
you.
will be coming for at SummerSlam.
Oh, that's next week, isn't it?
Or Display Slam,
Oh,
perhaps?
maybe.
With that being said, that will wrap up this episode of the podcast. We really hope you guys enjoyed the discussions of San Diego Comic-Con, Superman, Fantastic Four First Steps, and all the other crazy stuff we had to say along the way.
And we've had to say a lot of crazy stuff.
As is natural for the Display Shelf podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we're having it. I'm buying time. Hang on. We're having an excellent time doing the podcast. I hope you guys are enjoying listening to it. Yeah. You can, of course, follow us on social media. Where can they do that again, Isaac?
All right. So, of course, the YouTube is just, Display Shelf Podcast on YouTube. Spotify is the same. And then Instagram is also at Display Shelf Podcast. And then our Twitter /X/ whatever other letter you want to use at this point. We're looking at Display Shelf Pod.
Way.
You can follow us on there to receive updates about future episodes and, some other content as well. You can even see the collection updates over on the old Instagram. So
Yeah,
make sure to
we're
give
going to
it a
be
follow.
putting a lot of pictures on there in the next couple of days, probably.
Indeed.
We got some stuff, yeah.
We got some stuff.
Game.
So I've been messing around with figure photography. I need a better backdrop. But we're trying.
I'm trying.
We really are. But
That was a fun game, too.
it was a very
I had fun
fun
making
game.
it.
Thank you
At
for
least,
the game.
yeah, thank you. At least I was able to get some answers in. I'll take that solace that I got.
Yeah, and you were right on with most of them too. It wasn't just like you were sat there in silence, not having a clue. You at least still buzzed in for the majority of them. So that was it was a closer game than the score reflects.
Indeed.
Good gas, but it was fun.
It's got to go down too. Hang on.
Yep.
I was trying to make
That's
that
way
too.
too
I was like,
loud.
when you did that, I'm going to make the ow sound, but
I love shout outs to cnvmp3.com, which is a YouTube MP3 converter.
There you go.
We really appreciate the work that is being done there because this one is actually safe and ad free. So give them some love, buy them a coffee.
Indeed. Well, a little quick preview for our next episode. We are going to be reviewing the events of SummerSlam and probably the Raw and SmackDown to follow.
At least
if
Raw.
there's anything major, of course. If it's nothing, whatever.
At least the Raw.
At least the Raw.
We'll probably have some admin stuff to talk about after the pod, but at least the Raw.
Yeah. So make sure to tune in for our SummerSlam special, releasing 2 weeks from the day this was posted. So
potentially, probably, maybe.
Like Garrett said, admin stuff. Keep an eye on our Twitter and Instagram to get some updates.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's some discussions going on about scheduling and whatnots, and it'll be fun.
We will, in fact, have an episode out.
Yes,
possibly earlier than we usually do. So we'll see.
The question is when. For that,
the question is when.
You'll have to stay tuned. For I must go. My planet needs me. I don't know why I said that. He beat me to it. I was going for the soundboard.
Our Midwest goodbye comes to a... Man, it's just never happening, is it? We're never getting off this podcast.
We're never getting off this podcast. Except now we are.
Except now we are. Our Midwest podcast, or our Midwest goodbye comes to an end. I was anticipating Michael Jackson sound there, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. All right.
This just evolved very quickly. What about... Wait. There we go.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, bye guys.